Players at the ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? On my release.
Tonight, I'll be eating roasted cauliflower tacos with spicy chipotle sauce. Thank you. Oh! Yeah! I wasn't ready!
You want cheese to go with that wine?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another fantastic Monday here at the American Air Hockey League. My name is Seth. I am joined here with my co-host, Kayla. We have an action-packed tonight for everybody. It's going to be a set action. We've got sets on days for everybody. Well, up first, we are going to have a pro AM match, a pro versus an amateur match, Chance versus Ayla. Caleb, what do you think about this match?
I think Ayla is going to have a real tough time taking Chance down, but I mean, Ayla, she continues to improve, and she's been really impressive out there. So we'll see. Maybe the underdog can take down Chance. We'll have to see. And there we go. Now 1-1, already tied up. Welcome back, everybody, to your Monday Night Air Hockey. We got Alonso in the chat. I've seen you before.
Yes, we do remember you, Alonso. Welcome back. Ayla taking a lead this first game. Not usually
Look at
how
her positioning, man.
goes, but
She sits so far up there. She catches it and then scores. Now 3-1. A nice cross by Chance. 2-3. Oh, quick right wall under. Now 4-2. Ayla's still in the lead. Look at that block. She captures the puck.
yeah, she hits a smooth under on Chance. Taking advantage of his just way out defense.
We got races for fun. Do you remember me? Yes, I do. Weren't you part of the members? I think you were. I think last month you were part of the membership. We appreciate that, races. Now, 4-3. Ayla's still in the lead. She does a slow one. Throws Chance off his game for a second there. He's getting a little frustrated. He tries to trick her there. Does a little tap on the table there. But no, Ayla does defend.
Chance was able to get a couple sneaky possessions past Ayla. She didn't attack any of those off goals. Chance was able to eventually find the goal. Ayla, quick reaction back though. 5-4 in her favor.
5-5. The point of criticality already.
Wow.
Usually I'm just talking, but it's like these kind of matchups, I'm always just so impressed on these first games. They can go any direction. And now 6-5, Chance is back in the lead, but there we go, 6-6, right off of that. Can Ayla take the first game from Chance? Chance goes to the diamond drift, goes for the shot. Ayla defends. Chance goes for an off goal. Oh no! Look
Chance
at this.
was feeling the nerves in this moment and just lost possession of the puck. And you can see the
pain in that one. But 7-6, Ayla taking the first victory.
Ayla really
I did not think Ayla was going to take the first win. I'm already kind of shocked a little here. the number 13 versus the number 5, and she's already ahead. Remember, this is 1-set matches, so she only needs 3 more games to win.
Kayla really needed that game because she was up 4-2 at one point. So the fact that she was able to eventually close out that game for a win is big. Chance does have more momentum, at least, except for that self score. He was able to score many more points in the last few possessions.
Right. We got Lorenzo asking, hey, what's your record for the most live views? Well, that's a really great question. Our overall total views in one video was over 350,000. But like as congruent viewers, meaning like, you know, at one time the amount of live people were in watching, I think it was over 12 or 1,300 people. Usually that kind of comes in a little later after about an hour of live streaming. So we'll see. Look forward to that. It's always fun having the chat kind of blow up and everyone asking questions and throwing in their comments. All right, Chance with control. 1-0, Chance getting the lead. It looks like Chance is finally starting to warm up. You can tell his shots are definitely starting to turn on the heat. Now 2-0.
Kayla is going back on every straight shot right now, showing an incredible defense. Chance, I think, has finally realized that and is just going for set-up straight shots.
Right. A nice right wall under there now, 3-1.
Ooh.
A nice left wall over. What a shot. Look at this instant replay. She brings it up. She makes it look like she's going to take her time and then just boom. Oh, wait. It was an under, actually. I thought it was an over.
Yeah, that's a sneaky
4-2.
close ball under. Chance was not ready for it. See, that's
another nice capture there.
She pulled back on defense, though. Just at a large rate. I'm worried if Chance is able to mix his shot up a little bit more. It's not catching her out at this point. Going right in.
Well, that was a really good capture by Chance there. He deflected it, grabbed control, and then a nice cross.
That is definitely one of the big things that you see between an amateur and a pro player. The pro player is going to steal possessions from you. You're going to need to work for it. Amateur players are not as used to contesting the puck on off-goal shots and things like that. So, Chance really showing his
to Chance now. Yeah, now you're starting to see that difference, that number 5 versus number 13. But man, that first game, Ayla really showing up. I mean, taking first game now 1 game to 1 game, still anyone's match realistically. So we'll have to see what happens. But you could definitely tell Chance was hitting I think he hit a left wall over there, a really nice shot. And you know, he's starting to get into the flow of things. So we'll have to see how this turns out in the next game. Now, game 3.
Yeah, what the heck, man? I wasn't even ready.
Awesome. Are you both ready?
All right.
Okay, we'll start
Good
with
sportsmanship.
Ready?
Tapping mallets now for the face-off.
Nice catch.
Ooh, and a nice catch. How are you feeling about these matches, Seth?
I am very excited. One of the ones that I am excited going into it is this one. Kayla has been on the rise. I want to see if she's able to make some key adjustments in the middle of a match that she necessarily hasn't been forced to in some of her other opponents.
Jesus. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
She did get a possession there. She did earn a possession on defense. So we do see a little bit of that life that I want to see from her.
Still 0-0. So far, the longest rally we've seen yet. We got Races for Fun in the chat saying, yo. One to 0 now. Chance getting a goal. Or a point.
Ooh. Was there another double
Ooh, that was...
on a forehand?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting and tricky. A nice cross by Ayla there. Quickly, though, she got a little, you know, she didn't get her defense up in time there.
Kayla
looks like she was scratching her back.
Kayla has the shot and the understanding on offense, but the two things that are really throwing her Race side right now is her defensive captures and just defense pulling back on straight shots. Just defense strategy.
Right.
Race
Now,
back
5-1.
Members, though. We appreciate that support, Races.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Races, for fun. Another resubscription membership. You are really, we really appreciate your support and the love for this game and the players here at the American Air Hockey League. Seven to 1. I think Ayla is getting maybe a little frustrated there. We'll have to see if she can put a little bit more power behind her shots.
I think the adjustment she needs to make is 100% defense. Chance, you saw in that final replay shot, was able to just score a simple cross, just
Are you both ready?
right past her defense.
Okay, we'll start.
We got
Multiple times in a row, but
We got Juicy in the chat. I've seen you before. He said, I'm here. Chance is going to win. We'll have to find out. He's definitely in the lead right now. And now that he's warmed up, you can definitely see a bit of a skill gap happening now. We'll have to see, though, if Ayla can overcome. You know? Gotta always love those underdog stories. Now, 2-0. Chance is in the lead. We got David in the chat saying that he loves air hockey so much, he cries about it. We appreciate that, David. All right, now Chance with control of the puck, 2-0.
Chance is giving Ayla a little bit of a now that he's comfortable and just
Ooh.
catch.
Shot in on herself. She doesn't do that too often.
Chance is really gonna beat it in her that she's gotta stop pulling back on those straight shots.
Most of the time I serve like that, it's a gamble if it goes in. I'm blocking across and right goal.
Ayla doing a good job defending there. And then a nice forehand by Chance, making it 5-1.
Chance tried to capture it again. See that he was able to get a piece of it. That is exactly what I have been talking about. And what helps make one of these pro players a pro, just able to steal possession away from their opponent.
Also, when I ride the line, it's gonna be hot. When I'm riding the line like that,
Ooh, a nice little cut there. Just sliding on in, just enough. Now Ayla has another opportunity here, but Chance quickly ends it. Remember, this is our amateur versus our pro match. Always a first warm-up kind of match. Not a warm-up match, but for the viewers, a warm-up match, you could say.
Chance just really showing how he got where he got on the table. He's now up 3-1 after losing game 1 7-6. Once he got those jitters out, once he made a little bit of adjustment to his opponent, he has just dominated the match. And that is what you typically see from a pro player if their opponent doesn't continue to adjust to flow of a match.
3-1 game. Now, game number 5. Will Chance finish it off here, or will Ayla find a trick? You know, find a way through his defense and start making the scores on him again.
no, she should be rooting for Ayla. This is fine.
Nice right while under.
One of the other things that you notice on defense is Chance is blocking his under bank shots slightly off of his goal. That keeps you from blocking a larger percentage of your goal than if you go all the way to the post. Because the puck can only get by if the diameter or the distance between your mallet and the goal is at 3.25 inches. So if you stay 3 inches off the goal, you're able to block all of the unders and a larger percentage of overs.
Yeah. It looks like Chance is trying this new kind of dragon shot or something. I'm not even sure if I'd call that a dragon shot. I don't know. It's kind of like
it's just that shooting angle, like deep hold on a cocked wrist to threaten many different things.
it's almost like he's a prime mantis waiting to strike. It must be the prime mantis shot.
He has to hit the cut mostly from that out. I'm curious if he's also able to shoot the under there.
2-1. And there we go, another prime mantis shot where he kind of gets into that striking position. It's like he's not, it's so interesting, but it's landing now. 3-1. Chance just has so much time with the puck.
Chance is
Almost
only
within
been
the
hit. Chance has hit the cut exclusively from that setup. Is he able to shoot something else?
That is a good point.
That praying mantis shot, as you put it, he's only hit cuts. I want him to do something else here. All right, he shot an off goal that time. He is at least
I don't
capable
know if
of
it was
that.
intentional or not. It's hard to tell. But now, 5-1. Oh, a nice right wall under.
Hugo, hey, Steven, welcome to the chat.
Chance with a big lead now, starting to get a little bit aggressive, going quite a bit over the line there.
Well, Alonzo, in the chat, I am not currently a member of the AHL. I am a commentator. I am located out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and I play in the North Carolina scene. But I have not played in any of these events. I just love the sport, love commentating.
And now 7-2, and that's it. Chance takes the first match.
Forehand right wall under to finish that match up is wild.
And I believe it's only one set matches tonight.
Yeah, that is it.
Now, I want to say thank you, Bakugo, for being here once again. I've seen you before. And, you guys remember, at the end of the matches tonight, you guys, whoever is the largest donator gets to do the fan choice match. So stick around for that.
And we have a special announcement for everybody. We have the announcement of registration for the North Carolina Air Hockey Tournament. We are going to get that right up on the screen for everybody.
Alrighty, Ayla, that was a hard match for you because he's actually ranked quite higher than you. How do you feel about playing a pro?
Scary. He's really good. I think I've beaten him like twice before at a Sunday tournament, but that's when he's having an off day or when he's like joking around.
Hey, but you got him in a game. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you feel like you could improve on?
I wasn't aiming as good, and his whole transition things and just the way that he plays is just weird and confusing.
He's really, really solid. You got a lot of people in chat that were cheering for you, so I'm sorry. Better luck next time, though. I'm going to get Chance over here. Chance, get on over here. All right, Bill. How do you feel?
I know I'm gonna be the bad guy because I beat a kid
and I beat a girl, and that's not cool. I know not a lot of people like that, but you know, a win's a win. And
Yeah, no, even I was like, you don't. It's always a loss. It's always a lose-lose when you're playing, somebody that's younger, especially like, she's 13. She's the youngest female player in the American Air Hockey League, but she is also the highest-ranking female player in the Air Hockey League. So, well done. Credit where it's due, right?
yeah.
All right. What advice would you give for her?
Overs. Just shoot overs. That's it. Right wall over, left wall over, and cut. Those are the, 3 shots that she'll need. She could probably dominate on every table.
So the next game coming up is Kai versus Kayla. How do you think that's going to go?
That's actually going to be an intense one, because it's usually it's very like neck and neck.
No, it should be a blast. All right, man. Congrats on the win, and back to you, Seth and Caleb.
All right, thank you, Nathan, so much. And you guys got to hear from the players how that match went and felt. Now, our next match, one of the fan favorites, Kayla versus Kai.
But
A match to look forward to.
But first, we have that special announcement. While these players warm up, we are gonna have registration has officially opened for the North Carolina 2025 State Air Hockey Tournament. This is potentially the last time the North Carolina State Air Hockey Tournament is going to be an open. So it doesn't matter currently for this event if you live in the state of North Carolina. That being said, as North Carolina has continued to grow, it might not be possible for it to continue to be an open. So if you are an out-of-state player, if you are someone who has been wanting to come see an event live, please go ahead and register. Registration is out right now for the event. And just one puck. There
Absolutely.
are
Hop on a plane and fly on over there. Get to meet some pretty cool people over there in North Carolina.
That's right.
All right.
It's almost over. So close. It's over. Okay.
All right. Remember, this is just a warm-up match right now. Both players just warming up before their immediate demise on the table.
I need to find a new job for real. My job's pretty great. I got like over $600 for my last paycheck. Dude, I'm getting like probably
We got Alonso saying CR7 or Messi. I think I'm going to go with Ronaldo.
repairs in the pickup. I have like no extra spending money. Sucks. I've got like 100 extra. Oh! There it is. Spooky. Spooky.
So,
Remember to like and subscribe if you guys like what you're seeing.
Caleb, this is a match that we have seen many a times. Typically, or at least the last few times, we've seen Kai be the victorious one.
Suck it.
What do
Right.
you think Kayla needs to do to win this
That's in
match
there.
today?
Oh.
She needs to want it more than Kai wants it. And, Kai, she's coming off a loss from Ayla, so to me, it looks like Kai wants it. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens here. I don't know, though, because Kayla, the last 2 times she's versed Kai, she's lost. So, this is kind of like her time to overthrow Kai. I don't know. It should be an interesting match.
Definitely interesting indeed. If it was up to me, I'd tell these players, go ahead and start now. We want to see the battle live. The viewers here want to see it right now. But players do always get a few minutes to warm up. looks like our ref is hearing me coming out right now.
Alright.
And players are coming to the ready.
Aries. Alright.
And now the face-off between Kayla and Kai.
Release.
Wow.
And Kai does get first possession. Goes for an off goal, loses control, gives it to Kayla now. Kayla with an opportunity here. And now Kai gets back control. Kayla with an opportunity. And still 0-0. A pretty long rally for the start here. And there is our first point going to Kayla.
Let's see. Oh, that did not
And
last
immediately
long.
a
I
point back.
didn't
Now
think
1-1.
Good, solid defense from Kai there. We see the changeup from Kayla. And we are now at 3-2. Kai is currently leading us.
Three to 2. That is a great question, Alone, so, but I've got a question for you. Who is the #1 in American Air Hockey League?
Tyler Anthony in the chat also saying, what led me to this? Well, we're not sure what led you to it, but welcome to the American Air Hockey League. We have an amateur match on the table right now. We've got Kai versus Kayla. Look at this replay shot. Kai quickly grabs possession, hits it with an over, boom, shakalaka.
And there it is. Now 5-2. Kai does take a big lead here. Kayla, though, with an opportunity, goes for a cross. Doesn't quite land. Kai is in position. Nice off goal by Kayla. Oh, but then she gives the control over to Kai. Now Kai
hit him with a
6-2.
one-touch shot. As soon as it came on her side, she didn't even set it up at all. Shot right for her opponent's goal. Sails right in.
Right. Both these players love to verse each other. Friends outside of the ring. But 6-3, only one of them can take the W. Now going over to the chat, we got Alec saying cheers, as well as the trophies. And then we got DBL saying Kai is #1 in my heart. She may be #1 in quite a few other hearts as well at the American Air Hockey League. Now 6-3. Oh, 4-6. Kayla catching back up.
Kayla showing why it is always a match. Starting to lock in on Kai's offensive attacks. Big battle for this point here. Kai wants to try to end it and whale this comeback, but Kayla's doing a good job being aggressive.
She's not going down without a fight.
Hit him with a 1-2 combo. Kai charges.
She is the first one to do the triple dinger-danger. Maybe we'll see that once again tonight.
Ooh-wee. Hit it with a pump fake. And Kayla didn't flinch at all from Kai's attack. Loses possession finally. Kayla does get it. Let's see what she's able to do with it.
Nice.
And score she does.
5-6. Slowly making her way back to the top. Can she do it? Or will Kai shut it down with the next point? Kayla goes for the cross. Doesn't quite land. Now Kayla with another opportunity goes for the right wall, but it goes back to Kai. Kai goes for a cross there.
Oh,
Kayla gets the touch on it for a
we are
left
at
wall
6-6.
over.
Show me.
6-6. The next point takes the win in game 1. Remember to vote in the chat. Who do you think's gonna win? Is it Kayla or is it Kai? Put in your vote now. We got Tyler in the chat saying, "Let's go, Kayla."
Oh no.
We got Diego, hi from Texas.
Oh, look at
there
that
it
shot,
is.
folks.
Kayla got tired of hearing the comeback queen Kai and decided to make a comeback for herself. Taking
Big
game 1.
comeback. That was a 6-3 comeback for Kayla, folks. As soon as her opponent hit 6 points, she locked it down on defense and executed all of the way.
Absolutely incredible job. We will be going to game 2 here shortly, but let's go over to the chat. We got It's Legacy saying, "Kayla, you got this," and sure enough, she did. Takes
Double
game
cheese.
1.
Double cheese in the chat saying Kai pulled a Duke. Yes, she did indeed. Thought she was going to win. Laid down just a little bit and then got whooped on the end. And with that, we are moving right on to game number 2 of this match.
Here it is. The face-off. Oh, and there it is. It looks like Kayla gets it. Now, each of them getting one face-off apiece. But Kai
finally scored a point. If she was only able to do that one of the last 6 points earlier, she would have gotten it.
Remember,
Albert,
if you guys are liking what you're seeing, like and subscribe. We try to run these every Monday night as well as we do Overthrow the Pro on Saturday night. And eventually we may bring our Sunday nights back as well. So, like and subscribe. Also, if you want us to read your comments, if we miss your comments because the comment section tends to go by very quickly, you could do a super chat and we make sure to read those out and answer any of your questions. Now, 3-2, Kayla taking the lead.
Kayla getting a lead this game. Coming off that big upset in terms of what the point was at one point. Come back that first game. Let's see if she was able to shut it down and continue that lead, making it 2-0. Alonzo in the chat saying, "Seth, what's your favorite in this matchup?" Well, my favorite in this matchup has always been Kai and still is. She makes big adjustments on defense and offense throughout a match, and I do like that.
It's 4-3, and as you know, my name is Caleb, so I gotta go for Kayla since she has part of my name within her name. Now, 4-4. It looks like Tyler's in the chat going, "You got this, Kayla." W's in the chat for Kayla.
W's in the chat.
6-4. Kayla once again in the lead.
Goal from Kai.
Oh, and now 5-6. Kai trying to catch back up. Can she do what Kayla did to her last round?
Well, one of these players has an in-name comeback queen, but let's see if she can.
Oh,
Careful. 6-6. Show me.
Another 6-6 game. Will Kai tie it up right here?
Yes!
Kai with time takes the deep
cross.
cross.
Tie it up.
Look at this final shot replay. Good defense from Kai. Sets it up. Just takes the shot. Deep cross goes in on Kayla. Hitting him with that W. We are tied up 1 game apiece. Each game 7-6. And each game right now has been a comeback.
Absolutely. We got so many people in the chat going, "Lock in, Kai." We got Let's go, Kayla. You got this. And then Kai did take the win. W's in the chat. And we appreciate all your love and support. Remember to like and subscribe if you guys enjoy what you're seeing. We will be going on to Game 3 here shortly. Also,
Lando
I'd like
in
to
the
remind
chat.
you. Go ahead, Steph.
Lando in the chat saying Kai for the W. She's got great form. Notice the angle of the elbow. Yes, indeed. In my opinion, Kai has a deeper bag. She's got more shots and more setups than her opponent. But sometimes that is a little bit of a double-edged sword if you've got too many things you're trying to do, but it's not working. Your opponent could just figure out what they've got and win.
Absolutely. We got Mackenzie back in the chat saying, hey, I recognize you, Mackenzie. I've seen you before.
Welcome back, Mackenzie.
Come on back in.
I'm going crazy.
We got Alonso. Hey, announcers, do you mind guessing my country of origin? You know, I'll throw a random guess out there. I'm going to guess New England, but I have no idea. Now 1-0. Kayla taking the lead.
With a name like Alonso, I might as well go with a German guess myself.
He's not being biased. He's just saying that like,
I have to be unbiased in my repping.
1-2.
openly.
I can't openly like cheer for people.
Well, he's not cheering.
Oh, these players 2-2. Looks like something set Kai off.
It's fine. I truly don't.
Talking to the ref a little bit.
I'm just being a butthurt song.
We got Jay in the chat. I didn't imagine to be invested in an air hockey match, but here we are. Great content. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the love and support by our chat and viewers. Now, 2-2.
Albert in the chat saying Kai is locked in for real. Yes, indeed she is. Started 2 down, but she is looking fierce on the table. Even I wouldn't want to be her opponent when she's looking like that.
Now 3-2.
Yeah, that was over the line.
If y'all are enjoying the content here at the American Air Hockey League, we appreciate all the support we get. If you want to just give us a like, if you want to subscribe, if you're able to do any sort of donation, we appreciate all the support we can get. Diego in the chat claiming he's from Texas, saying he hasn't lost a game in years. Well, Diego, if you really want to put up your skills to the test, the World Air Hockey Tournament is going to be in Houston. So go ahead and register for that event if you are truly an undefeated player.
Oh, mother. It's gonna start to look like I'm giving you this puck.
6-3. Kai in the lead. Can Kayla do another incredible comeback here? Or will Kai take game 3, making it 2-1? Ooh,
Oh, look at that heat on that shot from Kayla. Kai needs to just mix up her shot selection a little bit. It'll throw Kayla off enough, and she'll take this game away.
Kai having a
Kayla.
hard time just shutting down this game. Now 6-5.
Strong enough.
Double cheese in the chat saying he's
And there it
undefeated
is.
at Chuck E. Cheese. Indeed.
Kai
Kayla
taking the
throwing
win
some
in game
defense
3.
up, but finally another shot on the onslaught takes game. We are now at 2-1 in Kai's favor, folks. If you've got any support or even advice for these players, they see what you've got, what your comments are on a screen next to the table. So if you want to shout out these players and give them some love, give them some advice, go ahead and do that.
I'm loving this chat. A lot of them saying, I could overthrow these players if we were in the arcade. Well, guess what? We do a Overthrow the Pro event on Saturday nights where you can challenge one of our top players here at the American Air Hockey League and have a chance at $100. absolutely free to you. You just come in and play against our player, and you have an opportunity to win $100. So puck up or shut up. That's what I say. Now 2-1. Kai in the lead, but 0-0. Now Kai taking 1 point, 1-0 in game number 4.
The game and leading the set. Fuck yeah! What's the tagline drop? Thank you so much, Lando86 in the chat. We appreciate your support here at the American Air Hockey League. Alonzo in the chat saying, I'm from Canada, Peru. Thank you, sir. We were both wrong on that one.
You know, Lando, gotta love the hat you're wearing in that profile picture. Cheers to you, mate. Now 2-2. 3-2.
I didn't even want you to
taking the
say
lead
she
again.
was tied. As soon as you said something, she scored.
Just take a snooze on the table. I can't make any scores if you're blocking the goal.
And a cool cookie SNK saying, smoking on that Kayla pack. Kai is indeed with this 4-2 lead and a 2-1 game count right now.
I don't even know how that happened. I don't either.
We have got all of the love in the chat for Kai right now. Who is rooting for Kayla, though? We'd love to hear from y'all folks as well. This is a match for a reason. These players are very competitive with each other. 4-4 game, 5-4. Kayla's directed.
That's the lead we're working on.
Now 5-4, Kayla in the lead. Oh, look at that right wall under.
Mr. Random in the chat saying, Kai, don't sell. She might as well be a Girl Scout right now because she is selling this game like a box of cookies.
Focus up. Never mind. You've not focused up.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Victory has never been so sweet. Now Kayla with the opportunity here.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Oh,
she
Kai
saved
does
it.
fish it away from the goal. Kayla does get possession right away though. And hits a triple dinger danger, baby. Look at this.
Was it triple?
1, 2. 1, 2, 3. A triple dinger danger, folks.
Are you kidding me?
This is a good game, Kayla.
Tying up 2-2.
Doing it in style as well. I couldn't say it better. Jay in the chat saying, sheesh.
Seth, these matches just get absolutely wild sometimes. In fact, last week, I accidentally broke my chair jumping out of it just out of excitement. So I got a new chair for the commentary tonight. Super exciting now, 2 games to 2 games. Let's go over back to chat. We got DBL. Kayla is heating it up. We got Mr. Random. Kai is selling. That time, those cookies were sold. Absolutely. But now, here we go. The face-off. And Kai now getting the face-off. Both players been getting the face-off pretty evenly.
Alonzo in the chat saying, who's won more games against each other? Well, Alonzo, we would have to go all the way to the record books to give you an answer 100%. But I believe the answer may be Kai. Actually, our booth, our HQ has announced that Kayla has indeed won more games.
I also want to remind you all that at the end of tonight, we do our fans' choice matchup. So whoever has the largest donation gets to make the choice of who they want to see in the matchup, depending on who's still left to play.
So right now, that is going to be our main man, Lando, in the chat. Again, we appreciate that support.
So if you stick around, Lando, you'll get to make that choice unless someone else ends up doing a larger donation than you. So so make sure you stick around for that. 2-2. Oh, Kayla going for a 360.
No score is better than yourself score, honestly.
Trying to switch it up. She sees that stalemate and she's trying to throw in some wild tactics.
Trying to throw her opponent off her rhythm.
Oh,
and it
and
did not phase
nice
Kai at
cut.
all. Look at that little head nod after she sets up, executes that cut, and goes bing, bang, boom, baby.
Thank you so much, Mackenzie, for joining us. We'll see you soon. Now. So many people chatting in the chat. Hard to keep up. All right, now 3-4. Kai has the lead, but Kayla with possession goes for an off goal into a right wall. I think I heard her use I don't know if that was a cat or if that was like a pew. I don't know, but she's trying to use some noises now in her shot process.
A wheel going with like the speed of puck slide by, just like when you hear an ambulance drive by. But not messing with Kai at all. She is playing her game and ignoring all of the distractions from Kayla. Bailey in the chat calling it out just like we see it. Kai is cooking.
Oh, right wall under, it kind of bounced off the wall and into Kai's mallet going in. And Kai lock in and get this last point, or will Kayla come back again?
Are we both at 2 or 3? This is game number 5.
We got C-Dub in the chat. Let's hope the refs aren't being a little itchy tonight, if you know what I mean. Hey, going back on that last week's match, our players weren't.
Show me.
Oh, there it is. Kai does take the win.
Throws it back.
Speaking of that, you're actually allowed to go over the line with the mallet when you shoot a shot. So as long as the puck is still touching the line, if you hit the puck, your mallet can go over the line, but only if you already hit the puck on your side, right, or on the line.
Go with the crappiest one, so we didn't get demonetized.
All right.
Kai is ahead now. She is 1 game away from victory. Kayla needs to win the next 2 games to take this match.
Well, you can see she is locking in. She's got her hair tied up, and she is ready to go.
All right, y'all's ready?
Uh-oh. Some players take their shoes off. Some players tie up their hair. Let's see what happens now. That we've got
right, it's like the headband. Usually the headbands come out, but in this case, it's the hair tie. Will it work in her favor? Will she be able to take game number 6?
I apologize, chat. I did not mean to do that. What a fucker.
Do any of the players take off their socks? That's a good question. I think Josiah, the flip-flop king, I think he just wears flip-flops. I don't know if he actually wears socks. That's a good question.
He doesn't wear socks, so he's not taking anything off.
All right, y'all's ready?
Yeah.
Now 0-0
Tried hitting the underhand shot. It did not.
in game number 6. And there is the first point. Kai taking the lead. A nice charge by Kai for that win there. Oh, what a shot there. She blocked it and then immediately transition shot it. Look at this. She hit it against the off goal and then right back into a transition left wall under.
Reverse the table again. Who's gonna win? Alright, it's always
Kai with a solid lead, 2-1 and 3-2 in the game. He just needs to finish the match now.
It was almost really good under and shot. Okay. Goodbye.
Aviation in the USA asking, how often do own goals occur? Well, it definitely happens more often with our amateur players than our pro players. But like even a pro player, I would say maybe twice per match. Like you know, like a set. I'd say like
I would
twice
argue
per
it's
set.
not even that much. I'd say maybe less than one a set. Depends on how high up the pro rankings you go for a question like that.
Yeah, I mean the really good players, you'll see them almost hardly ever own goal on themselves. But like your middle ground, you know, upper level, you'll still see them sometimes have a bad day where they'll shoot 2 or 3 of them in on themselves within one game. You know, it's usually like a domino effect. Now 5-4, Kai only needing 2 more points.
I hitting it up with a changeup too. Big left,
5
right
to
wall
5,
under.
point of criticality.
Bang! As soon as it came, it left. Kai is at match point 5 right now. 1 more point, and she has ended this thing.
Don't accept your
Kayla, of course,
Alone.
does not want that to happen.
Who knows? I might fumble this real hard. Knowing me, very possible. You played.
Did I hear them say Nani?
Highly possible. I can fumble this.
I'm pretty sure that's an anime reference. 6-5. Oh, and there it
And
is.
with that,
Kai
a
does take
double
the win.
bang. A double, baby. Look at that. Forehand Ross misses. Kayla
And
blocked
with that, remember, ladies and gentlemen,
Double.
send in your questions and your comments to the players because we're going to be going over to the interviewer so that way they can answer your questions. You get to talk directly to the players, basically. You know, not something you get to do in too many other sports. So here we are, going over to Nathan, our interviewer.
Yeah, there you go. There we go. All right. Kai, congratulations. You did it. She beat you the last time, right?
Yeah. Well, no. It's usually pretty close, but this is the closest game we've had in a while. Because 3 out of the 4 were 7-6s, and like she beat me the first game, which almost always happens. But yeah, it was definitely a more difficult than usual one, despite her being sick. So.
I mean, it was a fun game to watch. The chat was going absolutely crazy. People rooting for both of you guys. Congrats. What piece of advice would you give to her?
Honestly, focusing on like blocking the like straight and cuts, because I got a lot of those when I could land them. But I got a lot of those. She usually blocked most of the left and right walls, unders, but it's mostly just like the same problem as I do, like blocking the cuts and stuff.
So a lot of people in the chat are saying, I could beat these guys. I could easily beat these guys. Both of you go to the arcade quite often and play people. How often is it that people are able to beat you that have like just not been professional or not practiced a bunch?
Not very often. I'd probably say like 1 in 20. And that's usually either I get cocky or I'm just like, I've been like exhausted. I've played 29 other games, so it's usually because, like I said, I either get cocky or because I'm exhausted.
I love it. All right, thank you so much, Kai. I'm gonna have Kayla come on up. What's up, Kayla? I'm sorry about your loss. How'd that go?
It went okay. Yeah, no, it was fine.
Yeah. It looked like you guys were having a lot of fun playing. Like, it's so funny because sometimes in the chat they'll say, "Oh, they're talking so much smack against each other." I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat. I was like, are we talking smack? We're kind of just talking.
No, it looks like it because we like cut to the other cameras, and so she'll get like a shot on you and you'll like look up like, oh man, but you just look angry, right? And then she'll say something, so they just assuming that she's like rubbing it in when really she's like, I'm sorry that happened, like you can block it next time. You guys were cheering each other on, but from the chat experience, like from their viewpoint, you guys are like trash talking hard.
Oh no. No, a lot of it we were talking about like our job and like prom and like random stuff.
So earlier we're like, we should mic the players, so everyone could hear the players like really well. I'm like, I don't think so. Not with the girls' games, because with the guys' games, they're like, dang it, they got that shot on me. And that's not gonna happen again. But with the girls, are like, what am I getting for groceries later today? Like, it's like, all right. Thank you so much. Good luck on your next game that's coming up. I think actually we have a player's choice one later, so I don't know if they're gonna root for you guys, but we'll see who gets to play. There's actually one more thing I wanted to talk about. It's not this Friday, but the next Friday. I'm going to be in Logan, Utah at the Cache Valley Fun Park for the Overthrow the Pro. So we just did one this last Saturday. We're going to be doing one on a Friday, 2 Fridays from now. What that means is if you're at Logan, Utah at the Cache Valley Fun Park that day, you can play me for free. If you win, you get $100. You also get to be on the live stream in front of tons of people, and you get to meet me. I would love to meet you there. It's also our way to show people that playing a pro is a little bit harder than it looks. All right, back to you, Seth and Caleb.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nathan. And there you go, folks. All the secrets that you wanted to know about their rivalry, you got to hear it straight from them. Now, let's see. What is our next matchup, Seth?
I believe, let us check. It is going to be Speck and Anthony, number 2 and number 4 right now. This is our pro match that our fans have been waiting for.
Anthony, did his best last time this matchup happened, but Speck did take the win. So now this is another revenge match for Anthony. Can he come back and take Speck down? The number 4 versus the number 2 should be an interesting matchup indeed.
These players have history, just like you said. Anthony has been a little bit on a downturn. He's got up the rankings, but has been overthrown a little bit. So this is his way to come back into the fold and put his name in contention back for that number 3 spot from the man that he's playing right now, Josiah, in his little warm-up game. Kent in the chat, making it perfectly, wording it perfectly, saying air hockey is one of those games where good players make it look easy, so everyone thinks that they could beat them. Indeed, I could not have said it better myself. Kent, shout out to you from the booth. Right now, we have a special announcement for our viewers. The North Carolina State Air Hockey Tournament has officially announced registration. As of about an hour ago, North Carolina is hosting potentially their last open tournament. If you do not live in North Carolina, you aren't a resident, you are able to come to this event. It isn't open. There are 4 price tiers. It depends on what you are ranked. If you are not ranked, if you are coming to an event for the first time, it's only $30 for a player like that to come and play in an event like this. Go ahead and lock in your spot for registration now. There is only 128 people who are going to be able to play in this event.
Absolutely, would be a fun one to go to. We've got Alonso in the chat saying, commentators, guess this language will bonjour ça va to you as well, Alone. Now, we've got Peter versus Anthony. Anthony still warming up here against Josiah. Pretty sure that Speck will be out here soon to warm up as well. Remember, this is a good time for you to grab all your snacks, your Tic Tacs, and all your knickknacks before the next match starts. How are you all feeling tonight after watching that last incredible matchup between Kayla and Kai and looking forward to this next match? Let us know in the comments section. Oh, we got Kent in the chat saying he is looking forward to the match versus Nathan versus Josiah. That should be a good matchup indeed. I don't believe I've seen Josiah take Nathan down yet, but I think that he might have once in one of the Sunday night tournaments. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I stopped it. I closed my eyes and a crazy left wandering.
Also, if you guys are in the Idaho area, reach out to Ruth Kamichek if you're looking to buy or sell a home. She will find the best price, the best home you can find in the Idaho area. She is the relocation expert, Ruth Kamichek. We got Vice Rainbarger in the chat saying, "Hi, Josiah." Gotta love all the love and support to these players. All right, and you can see Josiah is actually getting more warmed up than I think Anthony is right now.
Well, Josiah is playing Nathan, so even though he's not next, he wants to get in as much practice as he humanly can.
That's good point there.
If he's going to take down the king, he needs to be ready.
Alonso saying he's in Quebec. I thought you were in Peru. Or no, you said Canada. Oh, man. 3 different possible locations. Hard to know.
Quebec is in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Speck, hurry up!
Anthony yelling at his opponent here, saying, "Get over here. I am ready to play." Gotta love the energy from our players. They are cheering for this next match. And I know us in the chat and in the booth here are also ready to see this pro match. Ooh, we have got Speck. Speck is warming up now. Looks like he is electing to do it with chance, though.
Yeah, you're not even playing. I have Noel next game. Fine. You freaking butt muncher.
All right, now Speck warming up. Gotta be careful about what they're munching on over there now. Speck warming up against Chance.
What do you think is...
Every time that I play you, I get like nervous.
Who do you think is going to win, Kayla, between Peter and Anthony?
It's so stupid.
I still think that Speck has got it in the bag. I have yet to see Anthony really do anything to overcome the difference yet. You know, I haven't seen him bring out too many like new shots or you know what I mean? And so until I see somewhat of a change in him, Speck just seems to have more in his arsenal. He's just got that experience and that presence about him that keeps him in the lead.
I fully agree with that analysis there, Caleb. Looks like we are not putting anything on this game like we did in the last one.
I was really hoping that Kayla would win it for our namesake, me being Caleb, her being Kayla. But no, Kai took it once again. She's a great player. I think that's the third time in the row that she has now beaten Kayla.
Kai has done a wonderful job to implementing herself as our second-ranked female. She did take a shot last week at our number 1 in terms of our female players and just wasn't able to accomplish it. So excited to see what she does in the future to continue to grow as a player because she has been performing very well.
Because I know you told me stick primarily with the drift side. I know you need it. This is also practice session for me too. Like every game.
Nice right wall under there. Speck, though, not getting a whole lot of warming up in right now. Remember, if you guys like what you're seeing, like and subscribe. You guys can also join as a member. I've seen quite a few of you have been in here time and time again. If you click the little money button to the right of the comment section, for as little as $5 a month, you could join as members. That's less than the cost of a burger nowadays. You could almost get 2 memberships for the price of 1 burger.
Yes, indeed. I went to McDonald's the other day and I spent $12 on a single meal.
It's
It was a breakfast
absolutely
meal, too.
absurd.
Personally, I feel like they forgot where they came from. What made them
I
so
don't.
good.
I don't. I think we need to start doing more community cookouts. Is what we need to do. I think everywhere, in all the states, people need to just start doing, hey, community cookout here at this location, and start making and baking their own foods for the community. I think the prices would drop dramatically when the fast food restaurants stop seeing the people coming in. Because these prices, I mean, can't deny it. They're kind of absurd right now. All right. Both these players have now warmed up, and it looks like here in a minute we'll have our game underway.
It's that cross. It's the unblockable cross every time. I don't know how you do it. How?
Alright, Anthony, you ready?
It's not even
Welcome in, Jeweler Mina.
It's unblockable. It's unblockable.
All right. And we have our face-off.
Alright, perfect. This game starts early.
Speck versus Anthony. Here we go. The pro match that we've all been waiting for. Welcome back in, Noel, American Air Hockey League. That's right. You made it just on time. Here comes our pro match. And there it is. Bam! You blinked and you missed it. 1-0. Now Speck with control. Goes for a cross. Anthony does defend. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Oh, it was a nice block by Anthony and landed the shot. Okay, now 1-1. Oh, now 2-1. Speck taking the lead. Anthony goes for a right wall, doesn't quite connect. Now Speck with control. Goes for a cross, doesn't quite land. Speck has more time, goes for another shot there. And a huge cut, 3-1.
These players are really showing different shots to each other right now. Got to see that the under from Speck there, the cut from Speck there, just slowly building up the combo that he looks like he's going to be shooting this match. Cut, bang is the way. And then he sets it up, hits a left wall under, but is not cutting his lead down much.
Noe in the chat saying, where can I sign up? That's a great question. You wanting to challenge some of these players, well, on Saturday night, we usually do the Overthrow the Pro event where a casual, normal player like yourself has an opportunity to challenge one of our pro players for $100 free to you, but if you win, you could win $100. Now, in Idaho, Napa, Idaho, you can challenge at Jeremy's Arcade. You could go to Utah. We'll be having a Overthrow the Pro event in, I believe, not this Friday, but next Friday in Utah, where you can challenge one of these players as well.
And if you win on that Utah match, you get $100. Unfortunately, no one has captured that from our pro player yet. So
it's been
if
over
you really
a
think
year.
you're gonna win, another thing comes.
Right. We got Dana Richards in the chat saying, "Man, I could play better than these two right now. I'm in South Carolina. Any events in my state? That's a good question."
Well, this event closest to you is going to be the North Carolina State Air Hockey Tournament happening in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Maywood Hall and Garden, June 20th to the 22nd. Registration opened today for that event, Dana. So if you're really looking to play some air hockey, well, you should come out to that event.
Now 2-1. The Speck did take game one. Now 2-2. Speck catching back up to Anthony's lead.
Emil in the chat saying, yo, welcome to the chat, Emil. Hope you have had a wonderful week so far.
I feel like Emil is a recognizable name. I think I've seen that name before somewhere.
He is a regular in our chat.
Oh, well, welcome back, Emil. For as little as $5 a month, you could become a member of the American Air Hockey League. Now, 3-4. Speck with control of the puck. Goes for the right wall under, doesn't quite land. Anthony with time. Goes for the shot. And now the
Nathan in
puck
the
back
chat
in
saying
play.
Emil is coming to Idaho soon to play.
And now Speck still 4-3.
Looks like he's trying to set up a combo and it's just not quite working yet. Someone better tell him to mix it up, because Anthony has made a defensive adjustment.
Yeah, if Speck doesn't lock this thing down quickly, Anthony may be able to take the win from him.
And with that, look at this dragon shot from Anthony here on that replay. Quick under.
It feels like Speck is just playing with his food right now, letting Anthony have time.
Maybe he is. It's a little hard to tell. might just be trying to figure out his next. Oh.
I mean, that's
mistake
twice
like
he's
that.
shooting it in on himself now, to some degree.
I think
5
he's just
to
trying
4.
to figure out his shot selection for his offensive attack, and has just been mixing it up.
Yeah. He hasn't quite locked in yet. You can tell he is not in the flow. He's just trying a bunch of different angles and shots right now. He's using this almost as like a test for himself, I think. Six to 5. Anthony only needs one more point, though. Can he do it? And he loses control. Elijah, who is winning? Well, technically, Speck is in the lead with 1 game, but game number 2, 6 to 6. Whoever gets the next point takes the win for game number 2. And there it is. It does take the win.
Right
7
there.
to 6.
The end of that game. Look at this setup. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot. He might as well be counting his steps in a dance. Hitting him with a little bit of a salsa. Ooh. Hit him with a little twist into a cross and a goal.
Absolutely. Now going back over to the chat, we got John B. Welcome back, John B., one of our members. And he's saying wow. Absolutely. A wow indeed. We got Calisty in the chat saying, Speck is the guy that taught me most of the stuff I know today. He's a really chill person with lots of wisdom. You'll see me in the next game coming up, so be looking out for that.
Welcome back to the chat, Calisty. Good luck on your next match against Chance.
We also got Tim Genevix in the chat. I think I've seen him before as well, possibly. It's always so nice seeing all these repeat chatters, viewers, coming back in.
Tim is one of the players in our area. Shout out. He was a, if I'm not mistaken on his team name, he was a Left in the Dust team member. No.
Oh, David. Tim is David's father.
Yes.
Haven't seen him in quite some time.
Hope
Welcome
everything
back.
is going great for you, Tim.
I wonder if we'll see David come back out here and play in the future. Might be sometime still.
He's out of the
Now.
state right now, but eventually looks like he might be returning and coming out to play in one of our events. Hopefully work when you travel isn't too intense for you, Tim. I know sometimes when I travel for work, it is the worst times.
Now 3-1, Speck just dominating the table now. He has started to find that flow once again.
That is exactly what I was talking about. He was figuring out what he needs to do to get better, and has done a good job at that.
4-3, a nice cross there by Speck. How is everyone doing in the chat tonight? How is the stream looking? Are you guys enjoying this Monday night air hockey event?
Well, I can tell you one thing, Peter is, because he has been doing a good job just putting in work this match, leading this game and leading set. Oh, I spoke just too soon. Anthony picking up the pace.
4-4. Is Speck going to end it all again, or will Anthony gain control and start getting games on the board. I believe he did manage to get one game when he versed Speck last week. So we'll have to see if he can do that again, if he can start getting these games from Speck.
Well, him taking one game is a feat, but if he's playing Speck in a match, he needs to be able to win it. One game,
Right.
he needs to be able to take 4.
Well, he managed to put it 6-7 last game, and now it's 4-6, and
5-6.
5-6.
Wait.
He needs to be able to close this out.
That ref is counting down. He needs to get that puck on the table quick.
Oh, and he does, and he sends it, and it's just like that. It's over. You blinked and you missed it. Look at that final shot replay. He just set it out there and just a laser beam cut. 1-2 now. Anthony still has a chance at this. The underdog.
Was.
Can the underdog take Speck down? I don't know. I'm still not sure yet. My money is still on Speck, but Anthony did a really good job of coming back there. We got Johnny 5 in the chat saying, for me, it's Tuesday. It's 4:25 a.m. That is a good point. All the people from across the world being able to watch and witness these matchups. Definitely a different time zone for you. 1-0 now. And 1-1.
Oh my gosh.
And still 1-1 in game 3, or excuse me, game 4.
Caleb here in this moment. Anthony is doing a good job keeping the game close. If he is gonna break away though, what are you doing here?
I think it's just gaining control of the puck on defense. You've got to be able to block and capture that puck. And I think just when it comes to Speck, he's really hard to bait out. And he holds a really good position. I think I would try to do some more off goals to try to pull Speck away a little bit. And then I would probably go for some right overs and leftovers.
Anthony looked frustrated on that last cross from Peter and just didn't realize that he was out of position. He looked upset, but he played bad defense.
And now 6-3. Speck just getting these cuts in on Anthony now.
Speck with very controlled defense, ready for almost every shot. And bang!
A nice cross. Look at this final shot replay. Into the diamond pattern. Off the side there. He didn't even hit it off the wall at the end. He just crossed it in on the backside of his mallet there. Nice shot by Speck.
Shout out
3
to
games
Ray.
to 1.
Shout out to Ray in the chat. Is this a match for an AHL ranking? Yes, it is. All of our matches are for AHL ranking. They do affect our players' ELO, but here in the American Airhockey League, we don't always do it just based on who beat who one time. We look at our players' ELO, and That is how we determine who is where. So you might have to beat your opponent twice to get moved past them in the rankings.
Right. Now 0-0 on game number 5. Anthony did manage to take one game from Speck. Can he take more? Now 1-0. Speck in the lead. Now 2-0. Speck in the lead. Speck's looking to do a 7-0, but no. Anthony quickly shuts down that idea. And now 2-2. Anthony tying it up. We got Ray in the chat. Speck went to a black mallet. Think he'll go back? That is a good question there. 2-3. Anthony now. A nice shot. 4-2. Four to 3. Can Anthony take another game from Speck, or Speck end it right now? 5-3. Anthony with some hope. Now 6-3. Speck with some time. Goes for the right wall under. Doesn't quite land it. Anthony with an opportunity. Goes for the right wall over. Speck, though, a nice defense there. Now Speck getting control of the puck. Goes for the right wall under. 4-6. Anthony only needing one more point to take this game, making it 2-3. Can he do it, or will Speck come back and end it? It's 5-6 now. 2 more points for Speck to go. There it is. Anthony stops it, and he says 7-5. 2-3. Anthony still has hope.
Big shout out to our chat. Ray in the chat saying, once you go to that black belt, are you going back? Nathan in the chat saying, I don't think so. Anthony fighting it all of the way. He needs to win the next 2 games to continue this match. Speck only needs 1. But with that lead, Anthony, has he figured something out to continue this match? Looks like we are about to find out. We are moving quickly to game number 6.
A nice job by Anthony. Anthony getting the puck too. Now 2-3. Will this be the first time ever that Anthony takes down Speck in a match?
Well, this is the closest match we've seen. We've got Lise in the chat saying, hey, I've given y'all a like. I want to shout out. Well, shout out to you, Khalees, in the chat. We appreciate that support from you. And for all of those who didn't say something in the chat that have also thrown us a like.
Kent in the chat saying,
has Anthony figured him out?
I don't know. It's interesting. It's like, I don't know if Speck is just not feeling well. Maybe someone told him some like crazy news. Maybe he's going to have a kid or something. Who knows? But 2-0, Anthony in the lead still. A nice showing by Anthony coming back here.
Macy in the chat saying, how do I join? Well, there is a special event. You could come join an Overthrow the Pro event It is happening in Friday the 18th at 6 p.m. Mountain Time at Cache Valley Fun Park in Logan, Utah. It is an Overthrow Pro event. Our number 1 in the American Air Hockey League is coming out. If you beat him, you are going to win $100.
3-1. Anthony still in the lead. He's blocking every shot by Speck here. Ooh, but not that time. Speck now throwing in a little bit of heat with the right wall under. 2-3. We got Made in Kamaru Asturua Kutruandurituya saying, what the heck is this? Well, what the heck is that name? This is the American Air Hockey League, a pro match between Anthony and Speck, or Peter Kai.
These players are pros for a reason. We might have talked a little bit of smack about Anthony earlier, but he is proving himself as to why he is number 4, giving Peter a hard time this match, and currently up a point in game number 6. Up 2 points. There's a potential game point for Anthony. Peter wants to shut it out while he can, but is he going to take the comeback? 5-6 now. Anthony's still in the lead.
Six to 5. Can Anthony do it and tie it all up? It looks like Speck is starting to feel like he's getting a little more serious now with that cut. 6-6.
Up his speed too. And with that 7-6, Anthony takes game 6, pushing us to a game number 7, folks.
Is this the moment we've all been waiting for? Is Anthony going to finally beat Speck in a match?
Our number 2 gonna come down to the number 4. We haven't seen this in, I believe, maybe ever, folks.
I don't know. I've never seen it, so maybe if it has happened, it must have happened off camera, because I have yet to see it. That being said, I do think Anthony does have more recent time in air hockey, right? I do think he's been playing a bit more than Speck lately, but still, I don't know what's going on in this matchup. This is intense. Now, 3-3. Can Anthony get his win? I know he's feeling it now. Look at that. He let Speck pass him the face-off once again.
Speck needs to do something with his speed on offense. There we go. Mixing it up. Playing at a slightly faster drift pace. Uh-oh. Bang.
Now 1-0. Speck taking the lead. Can Anthony tie it back up? Speck getting back control of the puck. A nice block by Anthony, but it goes back to Speck. A nice off goal by Speck, trying to pull Anthony away on his defense, and it works. 2-0.
That shot that Anthony has not been able to block all match. That cross coming out from Peter there. And an under that time. Ooh-wee. Transition.
It's like Speck is a whole new animal.
He
4-1.
I might lose. I'm coming out
5-1.
swinging, baby.
The sleeping giant. Can he do it once again?
Well, the night that is Anthony woke Speck up from his slumber, and is he ready to face the Piper? Down now 6-1. Anthony needs to sweep the rest of the match to have a shot at winning.
Over 2-6
and
though.
There it is over, folks.
Just when our hopes were up, Speck shows why he is number 2. The underdog story does not happen this time. Nice right wall under.
Maybe just like you said there, Caleb, he was playing with his food.
It seemed like it. It seemed like he suddenly woke up and was ready, because he was not playing like that the rest of those games. Nice job there by Speck coming back. I don't know, like I said, maybe he was sick. I don't know.
Game 7 can bring out a different side to every player, and it brought out the champion in Speck, crushed that last game.
What's up, everybody? Seth and Caleb, you guys are doing an absolutely killer job. I'm so mad at you, Anthony, right now. I can't even. All right, how'd you feel about that game?
It was a great game. I hate Speck, and hate's a strong word. But every time I play Speck, he always goes easy the first 6 games. And then kicks butt the last
Take
one.
advantage of that. Play easy also, barely beat him, and then in the last game, just go stinking crazy. Don't laugh.
I'm not hyped. I'm not hyped for that last game.
You see that? Like the chat was like, "This is it. This is the time that he overthrows the pro." And
I don't see that. I just see what the heck is this.
Well, that's because at the last second there, you started just to die out, and so everyone's like, "All right, it's over." You lost everyone's hope. I'm sorry, bro. Okay.
It's kind of sad.
What are you gonna do better next time?
Not goof off at the last game.
So you said last time. All right, I'm sorry, man. Hey, good luck on your next game. I'm gonna have Speck jump up over here. Oh man, and then after this game, coming up right now is gonna be Chance versus Noel. That's gonna be a really fun game because Chance is one of our low-level pros, and Noel is actually sort of an amateur player still, and so this should be a really fun game to watch. But up right here, we got Speck. Here, scooch a little closer, man. So you're in the frame. What up, Speck? How'd that go?
Good.
It's a little too close, a little awkward. Why do you got to pull like the sandbagging? Why do you got to sandbag?
I wasn't sandbagging. I wasn't that first 2 games. I wasn't sandbagging, and then I sort of let him catch up.
I hate you too right now. But no, that was really fun. That was a really good job. That last game, I
heard you scream in the commentator booth. I was like, yes, Anthony, yes.
Yeah, when he won that, I was like, yeah, like I was excited. But that last game, I even put it in the chat. I'm like, it's over for Anthony. Like I know what you do when you're up against the wall. You fight.
I play easy, so he'll think I'm easy, and then I surprise him in the last game, and then he doesn't expect it.
But that's literally sandbagging.
But that's my strategy. And
you just said you didn't sandbag.
You don't fall for my strategy because you played me enough to know.
No, I play you as if you're like the world's best player always, so that way I can barely beat you. Okay. All right. Congrats on your win. That was pretty epic, dude. Good job on that one. Okay, so maybe we can do the banner again for the North Carolina game, and also we should throw up our Connect with Us banner as well. So in the command center, if you guys can throw up the Connect with Us banner, I would love for you guys to see this. We get questions all the time of how do I join, how do I sponsor you guys, when are you guys playing next, all that kind of stuff. So check it out. We have an email. You can shoot us right now if you'd like to. It's aahlconnect@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Also, I'm gonna pass it off to Seth so that he can tell you about the North Carolina State. I found out, I believe I'm gonna make it this year to North Carolina. So you guys need to get out there, even if it's just to see me, but really just to see Seth. Seth, Caleb, take it away.
Well, folks, we are excited to announce the North Carolina for the 2025 State Air Hockey Tournament. Registration opened within the last couple of hours. If you want to come to this event, it is potentially the last time the North Carolina State Hockey Tournament is going to be an open, and we are so excited for all of the players, all of the people who are going to come out. If you want to lock in your spot, go ahead and get that registration in. Registration is based on whatever your current rank is right now. If you are one of the players in the chat who says, I can beat one of these pros, it is only $30 for those people. If you're one of those pro players right now saying, oh, I'm ranked 38 right now, like Speck, yes, registration is a little bit more, but we appreciate all the support we get here from the North Carolina Air Hockey players. My hometown group of players is hosting our 3rd annual state tournament. We are so excited. June 20th to the 22nd in Raleigh, North Carolina.
An exciting time that is. We'll have to see how many people make it out there. Be able to see some of the players that maybe you see tonight, like Nathan Buss, the #1 in American Air Hockey League, as well as playing versus one of our commentators, Seth Garrett. How fun is that?
That would be a dream come true. It'd be a little bit scary. Last time I played Nathan, we went to the last game. So playing in my hometown for my rank, I would have to come out swinging.
Right. I think the only time I've ever seen you two play, it was a clip. I think it has like 40 or 60 million views or something between you and him, and Nathan calls a timeout.
Ah, yes. One of the famous air hockey clips. Unfortunately, every time I'm in one, I'm losing a game.
I hate that. That's terrible.
But
I'm gonna have to rewatch all those videos. I'm gonna have to look you up and find those videos so I can study you. So when we finally get the commentator battle, maybe I'll have an edge.
Good luck, Caleb. I'll tell you that. What the video you've got of me on the screen right now is not where I'm at currently. Is that a good thing for you? Is that a bad thing? Yeah. I might even be playing left-handed. You don't even know.
Well, as long as you don't bring the left foot up there, because that one stinks. But now, it looks like Noel warming up here.
What do we think he is going to be able to do against our pro player Chance today? Chance is signed up to give all our aspiring amateurs a lesson.
And look at that, Noel has his own jersey now as well through the American Air Hockey League. Want to thank the American Air Hockey League for sponsoring these players as well. All right, and here we go. I guess they're ready to rock and roll. The face-off. And now Chance with control of the puck. Goes for a cut, doesn't quite land well. A nice block there, but this time gets it. A speedy diamond into a cut. A nice off goal there by Chance. Noel falling victim to that right side. You can see he's putting his mallet on the right side, and if Chance sees that opportunity, he's going to be shooting those shots to the right of the goal right now.
Yeah, Noel needs to stay centered as much as he can. I know Chance is threatening
And there
the
it is.
side of the goal, but
It's exactly what we said. You know, you see here, Chance hits the off goal, pulls Noel over to the right side, allowing that right ball under to land. Noel now 1-2. A nice shot there by Noel.
And that cross is a perfect combo and good shot to where Noel's defense is. Worried about that cut. He can shoot other stuff. Gotta stay centered, boo. Tim Genevieve in the chat saying, go Noel. And that cheering might have just made Chance self-score.
I think
now,
that's the
4-2 in Chance's favor, though.
And now looking over at the chat, we got Kent saying, great game, guys. We appreciate that. We've got Tim. Okay, well, a lot's going on in the chat now. All right, 5-3.
If you are one of those players in the chat that think you can beat a pro, we have our next rendition of Overthrow the Pro event happening Friday the 18th, 6 p.m. Mountain Time at Cache Valley Fun Park in Logan, Utah. Our #1 player here at the American Air Hockey League, Nathan Buss, you get to play him for free for a chance to win $100.
Right. Such a nice opportunity for all of you to win some money. We know you need it here in the chat with how expensive the burgers are nowadays. $100 could go a long way for all of you. However, it's unlikely that any of you will beat our pro, even though you say in the chat that you think you could. We'll have to find out soon, though. Now, 5-5. Noel tying it up. Not a bad job against Chance, the #5. Can Noel take this win?
Right now he is showing some life on the table. Is he gonna be able to continue to do it? 6-6. Show me. Oh, unfortunate.
Chance gets the control. Is he gonna end it here?
Good defense.
Oh, doesn't quite land the under. He had a nice opportunity there. Oh no, and now the puck does go to Chance. Now Chance with the opportunity. Tries to go for like an interesting turkey bounce there. Noel with his chance. Can he do it?
And a backboard on Noel here. Look at this final shot replay, folks. Chance hit him with an onslaught of goals. Noel tries to get out and get it too slow. Chance banks it around him and hits the back of his mallet and just puts it in his own goal there.
An unlucky first game for Noel, but not bad. 6-7. You can't get it any closer than that.
Indeed, you cannot.
I'm playing however the hell I'm playing.
We got George in the chat saying Noel has got this. Well, let's find out. You know, maybe he'll take game number 2.
Just out in the chat saying my daughter would beat both of these bums. Well, go ahead and bring her out.
Ah, man.
She might not.
My chicken nuggets.
Shout out to Nathan in the chat with a $5 dono saying, let's go, Noel. Good luck to both competitors, but the fans in the chat have got a clear favorite.
I mean, the number 19 versus the number 5. You know, Noel, if he can take this win, that would be a huge upset. Can he do it? Chance with the right wall under. Now 2-1.
Two to 2 right now. Dos y dos. Chance doing an interesting offensive attack right now, just mixing it up a lot.
Oh, and now a $99 donation by Dead Speck. Let's go, Chance.
Looks like the fans in the chat want Chance to win more than they want Noel to win here. And with that, we've got a transition. 1-2 with a forehand in there from Chance. Who do y'all think in the chat who is going to win? We are getting that poll up right now. You think Chance is going to win or you think Noel is going to win? Go ahead and put that vote in right now. Especially considering we're in game 2 tied up right now.
Look at this forehand shot by Noel right here. Just slides on through. Oh, and now a nice cross. 5-4. Noel taking the lead.
Ruben in the chat, where can I sign up? Well, if you're looking to play in one of the big air hockey events, if you're on the West Coast, they've got an Overthrow the Pro event in Utah.
The point of criticality.
Friday the 18th.
5-5.
And if you're on the East Coast, you're looking to play something, you can see all of the weeklies right now. They're on the chain, courtesy of our Nightbot, or you can come to the North Carolina Air Hockey State Tournament. Potentially the last open state tournament in North Carolina.
Now 6-5. Chance only needs one more point to take game number 2. And there it is, 7-5 with the right wall under to finish Noel off in game number 2.
Noel shooting good shots that just missed the goal. Chance was able to come back, hit that transition, throw it in. Now Chance is up 2-0, but Noel has been putting up a battle every game. Get boxed
Absolutely.
by a fish in the chat saying hi. Hello to you, get boxed.
We got Ruben in the chat saying, thank you. No, don't thank us. Thank you for being a proud viewer in the chat. Now, can Noel overcome this deficit and win this next game?
Hitting an over like that is a good way to start that, though. Woo-wee.
That's right, Derico. Chance is unbearable. I mean, unbeatable. Wink, wink. Now, 1-0.
Noel is currently in the lead, 1 point to 0, though. Game 3. I want to see another one of those deep crosses from Chance there. I think that is going to be his key to crushing this next game. Noel seems to be ready for either the left wall or the cut. The cross is the perfect combo. Just a little bit later on the drift from Chance to be perfect.
Also, if you guys are interested in seeing some of our merch or buying some of our merch, just type exclamation point and then merch, and it will come up. Now 2-0. Noel with a big lead. Oh, Chance going into the dragon shot there, but doesn't quite land.
Noel has been
Now,
putting on a
3-0.
show on defense. Been sneaking points in. Chance might be pulling a Speck and playing a little bit softer, playing more of a wild attack on Noel, seeing if that works, and it is not right now. He needs to change it back up. Play the game. He did games 1 and 2.
That is true, Alex. In fact, I think I played your mom last night. Now, that being said, 4-0. Noel takes the lead. Still, can he land the 7-0?
Jorge in the chat saying Chance doesn't look happy, and Chance taking a timeout to settle it. Relax. Look at that face of focus here from our pro player. Down 4 points in a game to our amateur player, Noel.
I can't believe Noel is still 4-0 against Chance right now.
Somebody better tell Chance to shoot that deep cross, otherwise his gut's not going to score in because he's not throwing a credible offense towards his opponent.
Now 5-0. Oh no, it was off the table, excuse me. And here's the replay, seeing it flying off the table. What a shot. It actually looked like it was going in. Chance is getting wrecked right now. What does Chance need to do to stop this onslaught? there it is. Chance does get 1-5, stopping the 7-0.
Looks like we've got some activity in the chat from NC Air Hockey themselves. And Chance, shoot that deep frost you full. They must be feeling the same thing that I am. I mean, the cross is one of the North Carolina specials, so I wouldn't be surprised another player in North Carolina is feeling that way.
I feel like that North Carolina air hockey statement, Chance, shoot the deep cross you fool. It kind of makes me think of like Lord of the Rings, the Gandalf when he's telling them to run. Run, you fool! Like I just hear that in that response. There we go, 2-6.
They've got even more. They're saying, shoot a combo. Stop trying to force the side. Oh, they must think Chance needs some help this game.
I mean, Chance is up 2-0. So, like, Chance technically shouldn't need any help, but that's how it was feeling after that onslaught there.
Well, I will say, unless Chance can get another 4 points after that one in a row, that lead is getting cut down one more game.
Right. Noel only needs 1 more point to take game number 3.
Andy in the chat saying, not gonna lie, that was a smooth one, Chance. Indeed it was. Let's see if he can continue to be smooth. Looks like he is really trying to focus back up and figure out what shots he's getting in on his opponent.
4-6. Quickly closing that gap, but there it is. Noel does get the game 7-4. A nice job by Chance coming back after the onslaught, but not enough to take the game. So, 2 games to 1 game. Noel managing to take a game from Chance.
And
Is this going to be the momentum shift?
He didn't just sneak a game. He took that game with some force, folks. Was that 7-4? That was a big game win for our player, Noel.
Absolutely.
If y'all are enjoying the content here that the American Air Hockey League is putting on, we appreciate all the support we can get. If you can give us a like or a sub or even potentially a donation, we've got super chats on. We have got a membership. We appreciate any support and all support we get from our players. If you got something to say, you want to leave a comment, our commentators, us in the booth here, we'll do our best to see what you've got to say. And that being said, FWL85S saying hi. Hello to you in the chat. Ruben in the chat saying awesome stuff. Thank you.
We got Brett Waltman in the chat asking, hey, where are y'all at? Well, the players are currently playing in Idaho. I'm currently commentating from California, and Seth Garrett is commentating from North Carolina. 3 different locations onto 1 stream for your viewing entertainment. Now, the face-off. Game number 4, the face-off does go to Noel.
Let's see what Chance does after losing that game as our pro player in the Pro AM match. Quick shot. Maybe he just needed that loss of a game to light that fire under him. some of our pros it takes 3 games like it does for Speck, but Chance looks like it only takes him 1.
Sure enough, 2 games to 1. And now the score 2-1 as well, but no! Chance landing one in on himself, 2-2. Now 3-2.
Transition underbank, bringing him up 3-2 for Chance.
Ruben in the chat asking, any prize if you win the tournament? Well, currently these are set matches. This isn't quite a tournament matchup, but we do plan on doing a type of tournament matchup possibly next Monday or the Monday after. So stay tuned for that. 3-2 now.
And with that, we've got a 4-2 lead for Chance. Under were his last 2 points to bring him up 2 points. Let's see what he does next. Continue the onslaught on offense that we have been seeing from him.
Two to 4. Nice block there by Noel. Chance taking no chances this time against Noel after that last match. Nice, slow, and methodical shots coming from Chance now.
Indeed. Methodically hits a left wall under. Oh, just didn't.
Right. 2-5. Now 6-2. Chance showing that his number 5 ain't just for show. He's ranked that for a reason, and it's showing. 7-2. Game number 4 goes to Chance.
And that indeed was a damaging game for Noel's confidence. The biggest gap that we have seen all set between these two players. Are we potentially going to see another one from Chance? Or is Noel going to figure something out to stop the onslaught that was the last game and take the next 3 games in a row to take the match? Or is Noel going to fall victim to a pro and lose as the amateur player? We are about to find out right now in this next game whether he keeps his potential winning alive.
Noel getting control. Ooh, but there it is. Chance does take the first point.
In a transition shot, no less. Doesn't even set it up. Says, yeah, where it's at's good enough. I'm going to shoot it from there. Cut. 2-1 from Chance. And we got to see one of those own goals. Now this time from Noel. We saw some of those earlier from Chance. It does happen to all our players.
Ooh, a nice forehand shot there, but Chance does get the defense. And now 4-1. Ooh, a nice forehand shot there by Chance this time, but Noel gets control, and now 4-2. We got Bengals in the chat saying, hi! Well, hello to you. 4-2, Chance with control.
Blitzy face, you are allowed to keep your mallet wherever you want on the table to block the puck. You can stay on the goal line, you can stay off the goal line, but you're on the goal line. You are going to be susceptible to many a straight and get wrecked on defense that way.
And still 4-3.
Noel putting on a little bit of show defense. Got a lucky break on one shot. Ooh, Chance forcing himself possession back. See what he does with it.
We got John in the chat asking, is the ref a dude or a girl? That is a good question. We have multiple different refs here at the American Air Hockey League. So sometimes we have a female ref, sometimes we have a male ref. It all just depends.
I believe our ref right now is Kai. We are at our point of criticality, 5-5. Noel needs this more than Chance, but Chance takes it 6-5 right now. Chance is on match point. Is Noel going to keep his hopes alive, or is he going to fall away and lose all chances of winning? And
there it is.
Does.
Chance taking the win, 7-5, showing his rank is not just for show. All right, now we'll be going to the interviewer to hear from these players.
Move it, but then you gotta zoom it a little bit. You want us to be in the middle. Yep, you just turn that big thing.
Oh,
yep,
who is
twist it.
this?
I know, this is gonna be... Yeah, bro. Okay, so you got some questions in chat. First off, congrats on the win. Second win today.
Yeah.
There was a question in the chat they were asking about your armband.
I have a compression sleeve because I have this awful weird. I think it's a disease. No, it's a syndrome. It's Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So I can do like really weird, flexible stuff with my joints. Like, kid you not, if the circus asked me to join them, I would probably go just for the sheer fact that I could do weird, stretchy stuff. This will help cool my arm down so the heat doesn't elasticize my muscles, and then potentially pull or dislocate my arm.
Gotcha. Okay, so like, does that mean you can show us something right now? I've never asked you to do that. Oh no, this might get bad.
So right. Try that out. Try that at home.
Oh man, now all of our viewers are gonna be like locked in a knot. Hey, you know, we get so many people in the chat are like, man, these guys, this is lame. I could beat these guys super easy. And I'm reminding them that just last Saturday, you went to Overthrow the Pro, and you let a whole bunch of random people challenge you for free. And if they beat you, they'd get money for it. How many people beat you?
0.
I know, it's really funny because people in chat always think they can win. And so we tell people where we're going to be. I mean, I'm going to be on Friday the 18th. I'm going to be in Logan, Utah. You can come out and play me if you'd like to. If you win, you get $100. And so show up. If you think you can beat me, great. I would love to meet you. Okay, what advice do you have for Noel?
Don't get caught up in the fast game. Like, right, some of those shots were transition, but then I decided to slow down my game since he was playing a little faster than me. And then it was just kind of blowout there. I was like, if you look back at the stream at the scores, like right after that 7-4 that Noel got me with and had that major lead, it went 7-2, 7-5. It got pretty gross towards the end there.
Blessed be our founding fathers in the chat, you know, talking some smack. It's always really fun to see all the people like, this is so dumb.
This is the stupidest
but they're like, you know what? Yeah, that's my favorite part is that like for half...
basketball? I don't play basketball.
No, playing basketball. For a lot of our fans, they watch because it's a blast. And there's a bunch of other fans who are like, this is really dumb. I'm going to keep watching. And that's all right, you know? To some, it's amazing. To some, it might be dumb. And that's all right. We're just glad you're here. We're glad you're in the chat. All right. Congrats on your win. I'm going to have Noel pop over here. Yeah. Noel. All right, man. Man, you beat him in a game and everything. You had him dead to rights for a minute. He was like full on taking timeouts and wanting to walk off. How do you feel about that?
I mean, yeah, like it was a tough game. Chance is really good. You know, I gave it my best. So.
Dude, I'm proud of you. Okay, so a lot of people don't realize that Chance is, and scooch over this way just so you're on camera. Chance is a low-level pro, and you're considered an amateur still. So for an amateur to take on a pro, that must feel pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, going against these pros, like, they don't give you a chance. They just try to beat you 7-0, but, you know, you got to hold your own when you're going against you guys.
It's true. It's very true. I mean, it's sad to say this, but the pros have a thing where they try to compete with how many 7-0s they can get. So even Ayla was at the arcade yesterday, and she got 2 7-0s against new people, and she was like, ah! So that's pretty awesome. All right, man. If you could give advice to yourself from like an hour ago before you played, what would you tell yourself?
Just slow it down, work on your shots, practice, and I don't know, maybe next time we'll have a chance.
They were asking what you were playing in your earbuds. They were like, what kind of jams you got going?
Oh, music, I got like Soundgarden going on, Audio Slave, you know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, good job on the game. I know you didn't win, but next time, every time you play, you get more experience. So good luck, man. Yeah. The next game coming up right now is going to be me versus Josiah, and then after that game, it's going to be the fans' choice game. What does that mean? That means you guys get to pick the game that happens after that. From all the games that happened today, from all the players that are here, you get to pick the last match. You want a doubles match? Go for it. Post it in the chat. The best way to get our attention for this one, though, is to do a donation. I hate to be a beggar, but it's the best way to see who wants what game. So if you throw it in like $3 for a game right now, you're going to be in the lead. Then somebody puts in 5, and they're in the lead. You get to root for it. Josiah's talking some smack already. All right, back to you, Seth and Caleb.
All right, thank you so much, Nathan. We are back here in the booth. Let's go over to the chat section, though. We have John Wesley saying, good game, Noel. You know, he did his best. We got Blitzy in the chat saying, I love the energy. And we got I'm the best in the chat saying, Chris Cornell, heck yeah.
John in the chat also saying he wants the Chance versus Noel rematch. Well, if you want it that bad, go ahead and shoot for it for the Fans' Choice Award after this one. Personally, my fan choice would be Chance versus Anthony.
Hey. We got Josiah now warming up, the flip-flop master. Carlos remembers him. I believe we had Carlos at the Overthrow the Pro event. It's nice seeing you in the chat once again. Remember, you guys can do.
Don't forget, everybody. If you want to support us in another way and get something physical from it, we have a merch store. Let's go ahead and toss that up on the screen. You can get some shirts. My mallet is my soul. We've got the Idaho State with a mount flying around it. The American Air Hockey logo. I'd rather be playing air hockey is indeed what I want to say. I might need to get some of those myself, put it under my work shirts. That way when I get off for the day, I can just unbutton my button up and say, I'd rather be playing air hockey than my boss walking out.
Right. I'm still looking for the one that should say puck up or shut up, but I don't see that yet. So hopefully in the future we'll get a t-shirt with that logo on it. That's the one I want. So Nathan now warming up. Nathan, the #1 in American Air Hockey League, kind of reminds me of Steph Curry. He noticed a soft spot in the table, and now he's wiping it down. And that's the kind of skill he has. You know, he notices it's not himself that has the problem with that puck. No, it's the table.
And I do better. You hear Josiah begging for any chance he can possibly get. He doesn't need one, is what I'm saying.
We got John Wesley in the chat saying, I haven't seen Anthony yet. He just played his match earlier. You can go back in the live later and see that match and that outcome. It was Speck versus Anthony. We got John Wesley once again in the chat asking, what city are you guys based in? Well, the Players and American Air Hockey League is based in Idaho. However, the commentator Seth Garrett is actually in North Carolina, and they do events down there in North Carolina. And I am in California, and we haven't started doing any events here yet, as far as I'm aware. But maybe in the future.
Speaking of an event in North Carolina, we have got the North Carolina Air Hockey Tournament. Registration opened up tonight, opened up today. If you want to register for our tournament, it is potentially our last open tournament. It is going to be from June 20th to the 22nd in Raleigh, North Carolina. Moving on to some gameplay. Number 1, number 3, we got to see a charge first point. Look at this, folks.
Oh, I knew you were trying to get me to loosen up my grip.
Josiah with the lead against the number 1 in the American Air Hockey League. And Nathan now gets control. Goes for the shot. Look at that positioning there by Nathan. He's holding the left handrail and just absolutely leaning way over the table there, trying to gain dominance over his zone. We got Vi in the chat saying, "Go, Josiah, you can do it." Well, right now, he does have the lead. Can the number 3 overcome the number 1 for the first time on stream in the American Air Hockey League?
Shout out to
Aiden in the chat saying, "Let's go, commentators." I love the commentating. We appreciate all the love and support. It means a lot to us and encourages us to do more and more for you viewers.
Josiah in the chat going for another charge. That time he missed it, but Nathan missed the goal as well. Nathan coming back, taking the lead 2-1 after Josiah took first blood. Let's see what Josiah is able to do. Oh,
Josiah!
Pump fake. Lefty cross.
He does it while his foot's in the air. A triple fake. What an insane shot.
3-3. Might as well be an arborist with how many trees are out there.
Man, it was like Josiah went practically parallel when he did that shot with his leg in the air.
Vanessa in the chat saying hello, as well as the Fluffy and the Dragon Slayer. Hello to y'all.
Welcome back in, Fluffy Dragon Slayer. Remember, if you guys like what you're seeing, like and subscribe. You guys can also become members. To the right of the chat is a little money symbol. Click that button and you'll get to see that you can either do super chat, join as a member, or etc., etc. Now, there we go, 4-4. Josiah keeping it tied and close. And now 5-4. Josiah really needs to take this first game from Nathan because Nathan takes a little bit to warm up.
5-5. He brought us to our point of criticality. Is he gonna be able to execute, folks? And folks in the chat, if you just caught it, we are about to update our poll. Thank you, Vanessa in the chat saying whose chance? Well, 6-6 are
6.
Show me!
Can Josiah take the first game from the number 1 in American Air Hockey League? He gets control. His opportunity. He tries to fake with a puck slap. Now, he has another opportunity. He goes for it. Nathan, a huge walk.
And a transition shot into a charge. Look at this, folks. Nathan is out on defense. Blocks it. Transitions. Josiah charges the transition shot. It goes in, and you see the frustration from Nathan as well as the cheer from Josiah.
He couldn't even believe he did it himself. His body moved before his brain could catch up to what he was shooting. What a shot there by Josiah. Game 1, Josiah 1-0. Nathan, though, has he now warmed up? Will we see a whole new match here going into game number 2? Is this finally going to be Josiah's moment to defeat the number 1? Fluffy Dragon Slayer, I don't know if you meant to say it the way you said it, but yes, Ruth Kamichek is the number 1 ruthless real estate agent in Idaho. If you're looking to buy or sell a house, contact her. Just like Fluffy Dragon Slayer is saying that Ruth Kamichek is going to help sell her house. How cool is that? Now 0-0. Nathan, you can see he is pumped and energized. He's a very serious player right now. You can see he's just absolutely trying to get control of that puck and land these shots right now. A nice cut by Josiah, 1-1. Now, right back at him though, 2-1. We got Vanessa in the chat saying, the AAHL is fire. We appreciate that. Now 2-2. Josiah keeping it close.
Josiah knows that he cannot let Nathan go on any sort of run. Otherwise, his chances might end in that run because Nathan is a very streaky player. He will
Absolutely.
take
if Nathan goes on a run. But now Josiah's the one going on a run, and it's looking like Nathan may be running out of time.
Well, it's only 1-0 right now, and we're only in the earlier stages of game 2. So Nathan has got a lot of time to turn it around and do the hokey pokey.
He's just trying to warm up now, going for those off goals.
Get a little bit of a backboard from Josiah here. He goes to capture it, doesn't unfortunately capture it soft enough, and almost again.
Just an absolute speedy.
Cut. Josiah might have taken a book out of Chance's playbook. Shooting cuts, mixing it up, does make them work eventually, though.
Now 6-4. Six to 5. Nathan coming back from the dead.
Oh, foul from Josiah there. Big foul. This is potentially tying it up. Does regain it, and he
but the puck doesn't lie. 7-5. 2-0. Josiah with a huge lead in this matchup, something we've never seen before here at the American Air Hockey League. Josiah maybe trying to take down the number 1 off his throne in the American Air Hockey League. Remember to like and subscribe if you're enjoying these competitions that you get to witness here tonight. And now, here we go. Nathan gets control. Goes for a right wall under, doesn't quite land. Josiah, a beautiful block. Another beautiful block by Josiah. Now 1-0. Still 0-1. A longest rally we've seen between these two yet. Now 2-0.
Oh, Josiah has maybe figured something out now. When it was 1-0, I was a little skeptical, but now 2-0 lead game 3. Josiah may have a number on Nathan, which is a rare occurrence for anybody in the American Air Hockey League, or really anybody, period. Nathan, now frustrated, loses his mallet. The cut seems to be 1,000 ways to get Nathan. This time mixing it up, transition under.
Josiah is just absolutely on fire. He is in the zone. He is blocking every shot, using a multitude of shots in his arsenal right now. Nathan just trying to take his time, trying to figure out what shot he needs to use to get past Josiah's defense right now.
Another cut from Josiah. 5-0. Nathan taking a break before he pulls the puck out of the goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to look away. A 5-0. I don't think I've ever seen Nathan go 0-7. Not one single time in the American Air Hockey League.
And
there
he
it is, 1
does
to 5.
not today.
But still, 5-1. Josiah doing an incredible job tonight. Nathan goes for an off goal, now into the diamond pattern. Goes for a left wall over, doesn't quite land. Now he goes for a right wall. There, he gets it now, 2-5. He's trying to come back. He blocks it, he gets control of the puck. A double dinger, but does not land.
Josiah gets possession again, shooting another strong shot on Nathan. Nathan making adjustments on defense to start blocking stuff at a higher rate. Royale beast in the chat. Is he wearing flip-flops? Yes, he is. He is our flip-flop prince here at the American Air Hockey League, and putting on a show. He is.
Light work with the flip-flops. That's Josiah in a nutshell right now. But I think this is the first time I've ever seen Josiah actually just throwing in everything he can. I've seen him play, and usually he's a pretty casual, but he does a great job while playing casually. But today, it's a whole new look to Josiah. He's putting in as much effort as anyone I've seen before. 5-2. Can he take a third game from Nathan?
My guy Josiah here is playing ruthless here. Might as well be Ruth Kimichek, our ruthless real estate champion. If you are anywhere in the Treasure Valley area or in the Napa area and you're looking to buy a house, sell a house, she is going to work tirelessly for you. Shout out to Ruth Kimichek. And Josiah taking us 6-2.
Another match point for Josiah. We got Kent in the chat saying he looks like the future #1. That's something Nathan has actually been saying for a long time. He says eventually Josiah will probably surpass him, and this could be that moment. 4-6.
Nathan is working hard, trying to put in a battle. Josiah only needs one more point, though.
Nathan with the dragon cut, 5-6.
Into
a
broad.
3-0.
Dang.
Josiah taking another win.
Pulls it out slowly, shoots a strong shot on Nathan, crushing that game.
I've never seen anyone take Nathan to the cleaners like Josiah is tonight.
Well, he needs to take him all the way to the cleaners, put him on the curb, because he needs to take one more game to win this match here, Caleb. What do you think Nathan is going to do to try to put a big stop to that?
If I'm Nathan, I'm taking a 2-minute break. I'm running around the house. I'm grabbing a cup of coffee. I'm throwing on the best music I can think of to pump me up. Maybe some dubstep, perhaps some lyrical rap music. Who knows? But right now, the stage is set for Josiah to take it all the way. Can he do it and overcome the deficit, the number 1 in American Air Hockey League? All right, grab your snacks, your Tic Tacs, and all your knickknacks, because here we go. What could be the last game between these two if Josiah takes the win?
Josiah really needs to shut this game down. He does not want to get Nathan any time to figure him out, because Nathan is that streaky champion player. He has already brought out the headband. He is getting his speed bag now, and looks like we are moving on to game number 4. Kai, our ref this match, starting us off. Ooh.
And here we go, Nathan now getting up to the puck. Both players are ready, and Nathan gets control of the puck. Nathan going for another dragon stance. Goes for the cut and lands it. 1-0.
Cross this time from
right
Josiah.
back.
That's the shot he shot to finish the last game. Good start for game 4 from him.
Nathan now into the diamond pattern. Goes in for the right wall off goal. Goes for another off goal. Josiah almost reads it. Now right wall over or under. I'm not sure. Too quick to see. 2-1. Josiah with time. Goes for a double wall. Doesn't quite land. Nathan gets a touch on it. Gets back control. Nathan now with an opportunity here. Goes into the dragon shot. Doesn't quite land. Back into the diamond drift. Nathan goes for a right wall. Off goal. Tries to go for a shot, but it is blocked by Josiah.
Oh, wow.
Josiah
I blinked
back
and they had
control.
4 shots in that moment. Another cross from Josiah. Finally finding that other shot once Nathan made a defensive adjustment. 2-2 now.
Two to two, Nathan with control. And Nathan
Josiah
will
blocks
give
it
the puck
off
over
the
to
table.
Josiah.
Yes, it does go to Josiah. And in the chat saying, I heard Josiah's flip-flops are actually 50-pound training flip-flops. He might as well be Rock Lee in the chat. Shout out to Fluffy Dragon Slayer saying, they're that kid from Naruto? Yes, Rock Lee indeed.
That's right. Josiah comes from a special group of assassins in his family where he has to train with heavy flip-flops. Now, 2-2. Now, 3-2, Nathan taking the lead.
Don't be afraid. They're full of plubnum.
His family likes to assassinate the housing market, with Ruth Kamichek is a ruthless real estate agent. Now, 3-2, still Nathan in control. Nathan just really trying to at least get this one win. Josiah, though, just reading it. You can see Josiah is just so relaxed right now. Nathan just very tense.
Well, Nathan, I understand him being down 3-0 right now in a match. When you're the rank 1, you feel all that pressure every time you play a game to always win. And to be down in a manner like this feels debilitating. You want to have... You start to get antsy. Look at him on the table.
Josiah has everything to win and nothing to lose, whereas Nathan feeling that pressure. Still 3-2, the longest rally we've had yet. And there
Big
it is, right wall
transition
over
from
now,
Nathan
4-2.
there.
Has Nathan broken the right wall over curse? Nathan going for a left wall, but Josiah catches. Oh no! Nathan almost catches the puck.
Now,
but then
if
shoots
I'm
it
the
off.
ref there, I'm giving it to Josiah in that moment. Good
Absolutely.
call. Good call from the ref there. Yeah, that's a good call from Nathan or the
Yep,
ref.
good call
Whoever
from Nathan
decided to
and the
give it.
ref. Here we go. 4-2. Josiah now with control. Josiah goes for a fake. Goes for the right wall. Goes for a slow cut. Nathan sees and catches it.
Tops it there. Ref calls it out for just a moment. Brings it back in play. Another
And there it is,
cross
a huge
from
cross.
Josiah.
3-4. Nathan trying to pump himself up. Now
Oh,
4-4.
left
Josiah
wall
ties it
under.
up.
Tying it up. 4-4 game 4, but every game so far has gone to Josiah. So one of them is getting closer to potential match point. The other one's potential to their first game point.
Josiah goes for a fake.
Oh, ref calls. Good call from the ref. It did barely come up, hit that top of the rail, makes it out of play.
A nice catch there by Nathan, though. Can he capitalize and get a point back?
Shoots a slow off goal, just trying to get ready.
Goes for that right wall under. Josiah reads it, though, and stops it. Josiah must have figured out something that we don't know. Absolutely blocking just almost every shot Nathan has to offer.
Nathan takes
Timeout
his
call.
time out in that moment. 4-4. We're not even at the point of criticality, folks. If he goes to take another one later this game, he is going to get penalized. I hope he doesn't.
And here we go now, 4-4. Nathan with an opportunity, goes for the shot, and he lands it. 5-4. A nice dragon cut there. Nathan hits it off the table, unfortunately. It will go to Josiah. Or maybe not. I thought it does go to Josiah. Perhaps I'm wrong. Nathan goes for another dragon cut.
Maybe the
Josiah,
ref saw
though.
something that we didn't hear in the booth.
Now 6-4.
Nathan.
Nathan finally looking like he's in a good position to take a win. Josiah, though,
5-6. Josiah
5-6.
fighting for this game. Says you're not earning anyone for free.
Nathan back into the dragon stance. Goes to the dragon right wall under, and he lands it. 7-5. Now, 1-3. Nathan finally starting to see some life. The spark at the end of the tunnel. Can he do it? Or is Josiah going to actually overcome and win it all from the number one?
Well, only time is going to tell.
I know, Elliot, in the chat, bro, if Nathan wins this, right, Josiah was in a 3-game lead, and it's just, you know, everyone wants to root for Josiah here, but at the same time, Nathan's the one that's behind.
That's why my phone is right there. No, I gotta put on do not disturb. Alright.
And now, here we go.
Sorry, you ready? Yep. Nate, are you ready? Yep. My release.
The ref face off. Here we are, and there it is. It goes to Nathan. And now Nathan going for another shot here and goes for the right wall over, doesn't quite land. Nathan now 4 shots deep and not making a single one. Josiah, oh, but this time he does, now 1-0. Sounds like the puck got chipped a bit there with all the ferocity behind these shots. Remember, if you guys like what you're seeing, like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Never miss a match between these players. Now, 1-0. Josiah doesn't quite land it. Now Nathan with control goes into the diamond drift. Back into the dragon shot, doesn't quite land. And there it is, now 2-0. Nathan finally maybe finding his swing.
Nathan has made an adjustment. Let's see if Josiah is able to make another one to take his last game that he needs.
I've never seen Josiah been so close to winning this. 2-1 now. 3-1. Josiah's gonna have to flip-flop the match if he wants to win this. Will he be able to assassinate the king and take his throne? The flip-flop master, Josiah, 4-1. Nathan, still in the lead. We got Yagma in the chat saying, grab his puck and twist it. I don't know if we're allowed to do that here at the American Air Hockey League, but they will try to use every tactic in the book to make this point. Nathan, still 4-1. Josiah getting control.
Nathan made a big adjustment on offense, has been shooting his cut deeper, which has been landing on his opponent. As
Absolutely, Nathan, his energy, his power is fueled by anger. Most players, when they get angry, they play worse, but not Nathan. That destructive power behind his shots. 6-2 now. But Josiah not giving an inch. And now Nathan into the dragon cut, and he lands it 7-2. 2-3. Nathan making the comeback for himself. Can he do it? We got Richie in the chat saying Nathan was purposely losing to give himself a challenge. Although I don't believe he did that. It felt like it. No.
We
Speck,
have seen
he likes to do that.
We have seen a very different Nathan. I think he got a little frustrated. Josiah came out playing better than Nathan even thought possible. And now he is stuck in a hole trying to dig himself out. And is he doing it correctly?
Right. I think that's part of it, but I also think that Josiah just really is playing a really great game today for himself. He's capturing and defending so many shots.
Well, he definitely did get to number 3 for a reason.
Look at those shots he's doing. He's tapping, he's going up and down, and he's just really trying to throw, you know, some sway, some finesse into his shots to distract Nathan. Now 1-0 though, Nathan in the lead. Nathan finally finding that groove, 2-0.
Well, I would argue he found his groove last game, and he won that last game with a 4 or 5 point lead.
Absolutely, I believe you're right. I wasn't sure if it was just luck or if he really did find it, but it seems like now it truly is that he found his groove once again. Welcome back, Chubby, to the chat. Peak Cinema. We hope so. I've never seen a match this close between the number 3 and the number 1.
Big charge from Josiah, cutting the lead down to 2 points.
Now 3-1. Josiah gets control. Can he land the point? Nathan, a nice charge redirection shot there. Nathan gets control, goes for the right wall. A nice block by Josiah. Puck goes to Josiah. A nice block, and Josiah tries to get control, but Nathan gets it. Nathan now into the diamond drift, goes for the shot, doesn't quite land. Trying to do a little bit of jiggle action there with the mallet. A nice block by Josiah. It hits his hand, though, but I believe it still goes to him. And sure enough, it does. Josiah now with an opportunity. Can he capitalize and land this point? There it is, 2-3. Nathan now trying to hold on to his title. Lands it, 4-2. Absolutely, Vi. You got to remember to breathe in these matches. Even I have been known to hold my breath from time to time.
Well,
3-5.
3-5. Letting out a sigh of frustration. Definitely coming hardcore. Looks like we might be moving on to Game 7 unless Josiah can do something big to finish off Game 6. Never mind.
7-3.
Game 7 is now Josiah better take his time out. Because he needs that extra minute to figure out what he is going to do to try to win this match. But we have a Game 7.
Come back. It was looking for sure that Josiah had finally found the niche in Nathan's armor and was going to take this win. But now Nathan, with the momentum in his favor, 3 games to 3 games. Can Josiah come back and take this win? Ugh, this is such a stressful match. How are you all feeling in the chat right now? Remember to like and subscribe. Throw out your super chats if you guys are enjoying this matchup. What an intense match this is. Now, here we go. The face-off for Game 7. Winner take all. Nathan with control gets a shot. 1-0. Takes the lead. Josiah doesn't let it phase him. Goes for the shot. Nathan does catch it. And now goes for a cross. Doesn't land. Nathan feeling a little bit more comfortable now. Goes for the shot. Doesn't quite land once again.
The shot that I think that is making it right now for Nathan is that diamond drift, the clockwise diamond drift cut, but for the same thing, it working for Josiah. Oh, big.
Huge cut by Josiah, takes the point, but then Nathan right back at him, gets the block, but it still slides in. 2-1.
My guy had 80% of that block on speed dial, but the other 20% said, I'm coming to that party. 2-2, though, trying to back up.
We got Manhunter in the chat saying his necktie is so magnificent. And now 3-2, Nathan taking the lead. Josiah tying it right back up, 3-3.
Might as well get that arborist back out here because we are at 3-3, folks. Nathan, though, is a pine tree or an oak tree deep in that redwood forest, and Josiah is our little sapling right now.
Nathan now 4-3, taking the lead, but Josiah once again 4-4.
Josiah is
Josiah
not
chop down Nathan
giving up at all. Easy bringing out that 3-foot length chainsaw.
What I want to see here is I want to see Josiah taking the lead, and then I want to see Josiah do a 360 shot on Nathan and winning it all. But no, Nathan 5-4, taking the lead.
Tying it back up to our point of criticality, folks.
A nickel apiece. Nathan with control. Timeout called.
Timeout, 5-5 timeout. What a great timeout from Nathan.
Listen, I'm telling you, the ladies that are watching this right now, they started with half-inch nails, but after this nail-biting matchup, they are now nailless. Here we go, 5-5. Nathan goes for a right wall, but doesn't quite land. Nathan now with time. He tries to fake with the right wall under. Josiah getting control. Josiah has an opportunity. Nathan, a nice block. Another nice block by Nathan. Nathan gets control.
Nathan is right on that line with that transition grab there. Good job. Showing why he's number one. Bringing us to match point 5.
To retain this championship.
And that is the match, folks.
Comeback. Oh my goodness. He shut down Josiah's chance at victory here. We were all rooting for Josiah, but no, Nathan does manage to keep the win. What an incredible, intense match. Send out your super chats for these players right now so they can read your comments and your questions. We're going to have an interview with these players here shortly.
All right, Nate, you did win that. It took 7 games, but you won that. How do you feel?
It's hard to explain. I'm really proud of him. Like, at the start of it, he convinced me not to do a warm-up. He's like, don't worry about it. We'll be even that way. And he was pretty right about that. And he absolutely crushed it. He had me on the straights. 3 games in a row, I didn't realize he was just doing straight after straight after straight. So I had to pull my defense way up and then just give him all the bank shots. And he just kept at it. He kept at it with those straight shots. First game when he beat me, I wasn't worried. Second game, I was irritated. Third game, I was furious. And I'm really proud of it. It's hard to explain the emotion because half of me is so proud of him for doing that good and pushing me to that extent where I'm like, oh, I'll challenge him. I was the one who challenged him today. Like, I'm like, he's doing really good. I want to challenge him to see how good he's doing. I didn't expect him to do that good. And so it's like half of me is so excited on how good he's doing. And the other half of me was so angry that he could be beating me on these shots that he was using. So I'm really excited. I'm proud of him. I'm seeing the chat. I see you, John, in there in the chat. I see Vi in the chat. Vi, I'm so sorry because I know that she's always a Josiah watcher, and it came down to 2 points. That's crazy. It's so funny. People in here are like, oh, it's rigged. No, it's not. No, it's not. That was not okay.
We could not have planned that. In no scenario could we have planned that.
The real champ in this game is Josiah, especially when he's been playing for 1 year and I've been playing for 3. So, I mean, I should probably pass it on to this guy over here. But
all right, well, thank you, Nate. We're going to get Josiah up here, see how he feels. Josiah, Nate got the reverse sweep on you. How do you feel after that?
Okay. For the last part of the game, I felt better than I did the first part of the game when I was winning. The first part, I felt so bad because every single game I've played, right? Like before this, every single game, he's beat me at least like 7-2 or below for the first game. So I thought, I'm like, he doesn't need a warm-up, like, it's fine. And then I said, you don't need a warm-up, and I actually won that game, and I felt like so bad, and I'm like, no, I thought, and then I'm like, you should get a warm-up right now. He was like, no, I'm fine. And then like, yeah, okay. And those straight shots, I was working on the straight shots purposefully, because yesterday at the arcade weekly tournaments, Anthony was just leaving his mallet against the goal, and I could not score a single straight shot on him, and he beat me that way. And I got 3rd place, and like, I was like, no, 3rd place, and I couldn't even score a straight shot, so I worked on my straight shots. I did them against Nathan. They were working, so I kept doing straight shots. He started to block them. I hit a couple left walls, and he beat me. But I just feel bad that, like, I didn't let him get a warm-up.
Well, it's okay, because he did end up beating you in the end, but yeah, maybe a little bit more of a warm-up next time. But you did do really well. like, do you feel like you could work on anything, or is there something you're super proud of?
Yes, still my crosses. I was getting luck. It was all luck that my crosses were making it in. Like, I could barely make a cross that much, but yeah.
All right, well, perfect. Thank you for. Oh, Nate's gonna come back.
All right. No, seriously, he gets all the credit for that game. He did killer. All right, chat. It's your turn now. You guys get to pick what game is up next. Do you want it to be a 1v1 with somebody? Do you want it to be 2v2, a 2v1, 3v3? I don't know. Let us know in the chat right now. We're going to give you 1 minute. All you got to do is throw in the chat of who you want to play who. Secondly, it'll do a lot better if you like throw a donation on there. It helps us a ton to run these. It takes a lot of cash to run these events. So if you throw a donation in there for $2 and just say, hey, I think I want to see Josiah versus Speck game or something. Oh, we got Carlos in the chat with $2. Carlos, thank you so much, bro. But let us know what game you want. So throw in a donation, but say on that donation, say on the super chat, say I want to see, Kai and Kayla versus Chance and Anthony or something like that. Let us know, and this is how you do it. All right. Wait. As I said it, Chance versus Anthony. Seth Garrett with the $5 donation. What's that? Anthony has to go. Okay, then Seth gets to decide somebody else in place. So far Seth is a winner, and if nobody beats Seth right now, then that's the game that's going to happen. You've got 1 minute.
Get out of the chat.
Yeah.
Take Seth Garrett out of the chat.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
All right, I'm going to pass it back off to Seth and Caleb, but it's up to you guys. It's up to you fans. Pick the game.
Me and Nathan versus Speck and, like, I don't know.
That would be such a great game.
Yeah. I'm dig.
We gotta say it to the mics.
Where's my mallet?
Me, Nathan, Speck, and Chance.
Where's my mallets?
No, we don't want that. The fans want to see Anthony and Chance. They're scared to play each other. They don't know who would win. Tell him not to. Tell him not to. Okay. I forgot.
With the flip.
Yes, Josiah, flip. That should be his slogan.
Now, can we get in the chat? Can we get the American Air Hockey League to put in the chat all the players who can play tonight to see what kind of matchup we could have? Because it's always hard to know who's still there and who had to go home early. Yeah, I like that idea. Maybe a 2v1. Is Ayla still there? That would be an interesting match to see.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Is that? Yeah, it is Seth Garrett. That freaking.
I'm pretty sure Seth Garrett is still the winner, so he gets to decide who versus who in the chat, unless someone else wants to put in another donation to decide who versus who. I believe Seth Garrett's the one that gets to decide here. And I think we do have it figured out now. The matchup is going to be Ayla and Nathan, father and daughter, versus Speck and Josiah, sensei and Padawan. Can the sensei and Padawan, Speck and Josiah, take down the father-daughter duo? All right, now going over to the chat, we got a lot that has happened recently. Remember to do your super chat, your likes and subscribes. Now, we got Jeremy Dyer in the chat. Let's bet on this. That would be fun. Can't do it yet, but maybe in the future. Elliot Bruce in the chat asking, where do y'all get your mallets? That is a really great question that I do not have the answer for. Perhaps the American Air Hockey League might have that answer. Right now, we just have a warm-up match in progress.
Yeah! It's not over until it's over. No! It was over before it started. No! Stop, please. I'm playing Prime Nathan right now. I'm playing Prime Nathan right now. I still got bits of aluminum in my teeth from that energy drink can. Nice. No! Don't make mistakes. Don't make hold it, Nathan. Move. I'm on. Oh, I'm gonna play Nathan real quick. Okay, I think we're about ready to run, right? Okay. No.
All right, and there it is. The American Air Hockey League has put it in.
Let's do it.
Voter's choice, Nathan and Ayla versus Josiah and Speck. All right, and now we will be putting the poll up. Who's going to win? Is it going to be Nathan and Ayla, father and daughter, or will it be Josiah and Speck, sensei and Padawan? Actually is a really interesting naming here now. We got King and Kin versus Speck and Flip. What an interesting matchup we have tonight. If you thought the last match was good, just wait until you see the doubles matches. They are quite exciting.
What's up, Andrew? All right, let's get a game on.
All right, everyone, remember to grab your snacks, your Tic Tacs, and all your knickknacks before this match starts, because you aren't going to want to miss it.
Our match is about to go on. King and Kin, father and daughter, number one period, and the number one female versus Speck Flip, the one who just lost. We just watched it in the chat, and the number two, Speck as his partner. Are they gonna be able to overcome them, or are they gonna fall victim again to the man, the myth, and the legend with his daughter Ayla?
Josiah getting scored on, but luckily it wasn't in play. He is now starting to wonder and worry about this matchup.
Okay, boy, just remember, you two,
the two youngest in the American Air Hockey League, face off for a 2v2. Who will get control and make the first point?
And you're 20-something, and
I'm not even 20-something. I'm in the team.
Both players have come so far. Nathan trained his daughter, while Speck trained Josiah. Who is going to take the win? Which is the better trainee and the better trainer?
Zephyr
Stick around and find out. Here we are.
Zephyr in the chat saying, how do you win though? Well, doubles is played just like regular. You just got two players. Every time you get scored on, you swap off the table. So, and it's still games to 7.
Now 1-0. Josiah taking the lead. And there it is, 1-1. A huge cut by Nathan. Now the two Titans are on the table, the number 1 and the number 2.
Cut.
Taking
back.
Nathan off the table.
Let's see what Ayla does in this moment.
Ayla tried to go for a quick cut. Doesn't quite land. Speck going for an off goal there. Tries to go for a cross. Ayla gets control. Ayla goes for a right wall. Another right wall over. Doesn't quite land. Takes her time, goes for a right wall under. Speck does defend it and gets the shot now. 3-1. A nice job, though, staying on the table for quite some time there against the number 2. Now Nathan with control. Goes for the shot.
Ooh.
Doesn't quite land.
Just bounced out of the goal. Nathan beats Speck's defense. Let's see if he shoots that shot again.
And it's
He
in,
does not, but
2-3.
Speck is off the table. Now we're on to the flip side of this team.
Josiah with control. Nathan
Shoots
gets
a
control.
double bang. And as quick as he
Wow,
got on, he is
3-3.
now off. 3-3.
A nice block there by Nathan. Nathan gets the touch. It hits off of the mallet and goes in. 4-3.
And now it is time for Josiah. He's got to put the team on his back at least a little bit. Never mind. 5-3. The king
Nathan's
and
gonna
the
run
kid
away.
are on a run right now.
There it is. Now,
We have got 5-4 right now, folks.
Ayla goes for a right
Ayla,
wall under.
let's see what
Goes for
Ayla
another
does.
right wall under. Ayla doing a nice job controlling. And she
Shoot
takes
the
down
bank.
Speck.
6-4. Andrew
And a
Flanagan
huge
in the
block
chat
by Ayla
saying,
there.
can I change my vote? No, you cannot. If you think they're losing or you think they're winning, well, you should have been confident when you put it in.
It's going to be a close game all the way around. 6-4, though. Looks like we're having a little bit of puck difficulties here.
Oh,
Trying
they
to
might
sand
need
it
to-
down.
They might need to mix it up. Flip the puck around.
All right, looks like we got the puck under control now. Ayla back with control. Hopefully that didn't ice her. Some nice blocks once again by Josiah. A good block by Ayla there, but needs to get control of the puck. She wants to take Josiah down here and take the win. She does get control of the puck. Ooh, a
Then
nice attempt, but it
does
does go off
lose
the
it.
table.
Bear is rooting for Speck Flip. The air hockey mascot says the Fluffy Dragon Slayer in the chat. Big cut
Josiah does
from the flip side of Speck Flip. Is Nathan going to close this game out, or is he going to get knocked off the table for a 6-6?
Goes for the off goal, trying to warm back up.
Josiah
And he gets it.
charges, and his teammate and him have a heated discussion.
Now, number 1-0, game to 0. King and Kin taking game 1. Remember, if you guys are just now joining, we are the American Air Hockey League. This is our fun Voters' Choice Match Award, the last game of the night. Like and subscribe, share with a friend, turn on those notification bells, give us out a super chat, join as a member, do anything and everything to help us grow. Now, here we go. Speck versus Nathan here. Nathan getting control of the puck and landing the shot, the right wall under, 1-0.
Austin TX in the chat saying, I'm back. Welcome back to the chat. You are watching our Fans Choice Award. We've got Speck Flip versus King and Kin.
Noe, welcome in. You are late.
Very late to the party, but you get to watch our last match of the night, our Fans Choice, which is a doubles match. Speck Flip versus King and Kin.
What a intense rally right now between the number 1 and the number 3. King versus Flip, and King takes it now 2-0.
Bernice Rivera in the chat saying, Team Ayla. Well, Ayla is winning indeed.
Races for Fun is back in the chat. Welcome back. This is our last matchup tonight, the 2v2. Nathan 3-0 on a run again.
Taking him off the table with a cross. That's the shot he needs to be shooting to keep Nathan off. He should have learned that after with
the right wall over, getting Josiah off the table. And now a huge cut, 5-1. Ayla, 2 of the points going to her team now.
And these players thought Ayla was going to be an easy opponent. She is the number 1 female in the American Air Hockey League for a reason. 6-2 now. Speck would need to go on a crazy run. Otherwise, they're going to be down 2-0.
Ayla has technically made more points than each of the opponents so far. Now,
whoa! Oh yeah, that's a foul. The ref better give that to Speck Flip. No way. Oh, that's a yep. That's the right call by the ref.
Oh, Ayla chewing out her father now. No.
Yep. He deserves it, all right. He thought he was going to get one past that ref. No way. Jose.
All right,
this
Speck
doubles
getting
Austin
2 points
TX
now,
in the
3-6.
chat. Nathan got scored on, didn't get off the table, and then started playing like nothing had happened. That is
Huge
a
block by
foul
Ayla.
indeed.
Another nice block by Ayla. Ayla going for the right wall under. Captures the puck. Goes for another right wall under. Speck blocks it. Speck goes for a left wall. Doesn't quite land. Speck goes for the cross, but Ayla defends. Another nice touch there by Ayla. And she recaptured this puck and end game 2. No, Speck gets her off the table
right
now.
now.
Nathan. 4-6. Nathan with the opportunity here.
So sorry there, folks. In the booth, we had hit a small error. Not the final shot replay. It is 4-6.
All right, here we go. Now, 4-6 still. Nathan with control. Goes into the dragon stance. Goes for the right cross, though. Doesn't land. Excuse me, the right wall under. Goes for a cut there. Doesn't land.
Oh, not again.
Sounds like Speck landed the shot. 5-6 now.
Oh, wow. That defense from Speck is wild.
And now Ayla with control. She only needs 1 point. Can she take it from Speck?
6-6 now. Show me.
Speck gets control, 6-6.
Cut!
And just like that,
taking
make
the
him a
king
cake.
and the king down to 1 game apiece, folks. Games are coming out of the wire. Austin TX, you are correct. Welcome to the American Air Hockey League. For all those joining us now, we're in our Fans Choice doubles game.
Now we need to find out in our 2v2, is it best 2 out of 3, or is it still going to be best 4 out of 7?
Oh, it's always best 4 out of 7. Don't worry.
All right, now 0-0. Speck with an opportunity here. And Speck lands it now, 1-0. Nathan trying to pump himself up and warm up against Speck here. And there it is. Nathan does take the point from Speck, 1-1. King and Kin tying it up against Speck and Flip.
And Nathan is off the table. Let's see what the kin does. These players are on fire. Everyone playing with crazy emotion on the table. Focus as well.
Noe.
Look at Ayla. Hit him with a little bit of a cut. Knocking Josiah off.
Noe, don't feel bad about it at all. Definitely go for your favorite players, Nate and Ayla.
Andrew
I want them to win as well.
As well, saying a 6-2 comeback. Insane indeed. Races for fun. We are doing fantastic here in the booth. Thank you so much for asking. How are you?
2-3. Speck and Flip in the lead. A nice right wall under now going to Ayla. 2-4. Can Ayla switch things up and land some more points on Speck here? And she does. A nice right wall over. 3-4. Josiah thinking about doing a 360 shot. Will he attempt it? There it is. A left wall under. Nathan, though, a huge cut, taking
Look at that.
the guy off the table, 4-5.
Look at the way he contacted that shot, too. Hit him with a tiny tap cut, knocking him off the table. Oh, big, powerful left wall under.
Sorry to hear that. Races for fun. We hope you get well soon. Now 4-5 still. Speck with control.
I at least hope you've got plenty of medicine or have been drinking some good water. Races for fun, because you do need that when you are sick. Egg flip.
Hey, there
Cut
it is.
Nathan off the table. Ayla needs to hit him with a comeback of her own to win this game, though. Speck, is he gonna shut it down?
Kayla doing a nice job trying to keep it, but no.
And with
Speck
that,
does shut it down there, 7-4.
Austin TX saying, I'm challenging the play. Well, which play are you talking about? There's been about 100 that last game.
Right? 2-1 now.
You're welcome. Races for fun. Noe in the chat saying, hey, who saw Speck use that dead spot on the table for his advantage? Well, if he did, it is part of the table, and that is why players switch sides between every game.
It's from a Wukong movie. All right, y'all's ready? Yep. My release.
All right, here we go. Now the face-off for game number 4.
It's from a Wukong movie.
Big cross
by
from
Speck,
Speck
1-0.
there.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Ooh, a nice attempt at a cut there. Speck does block it, though, and not right wall under, getting Speck. Now 1-1. Another nice block. Ayla just blocking every shot until she can't. Now 2-1.
Now Nathan's beating up on little girls.
1-2. Can Nathan take another point onto the board for his team? My internet is starting to lag a little bit. Not sure what's happening.
Well, these players might just be shooting faster than the camera can handle because, ooh, we blinked and it is 2-2 right now. Speck versus Nathan on the table. What is going to happen?
Absolutely 2-2. And we got Ruth Kamichek.
He loses his mallet. That means Speck gets the puck. No goal for Nathan or King and Kin. And Speck Flip gets it.
Ooh, look at that transition shot.
Nathan doesn't even need to regain possession all the way. He just shoots a little transition, goes right in his opponent's goal.
Oh, Nathan, you can
Let's
see
see.
he is fired up.
Let's see if Josiah has figured out the shot he needs to
There it
take
is.
it off the table.
A block transition
Oh,
shot. Again.
wow.
Nathan on fire right now with it.
Big
A
over
nice shot by
from Speck Flip. Getting Nathan off the table. Is he going to do the same thing to Ayla? Or is Ayla going to hit him with another goal to extend their lead?
Ayla's been Speck's Achilles heel this matchup. She keeps hitting those right wall unders on him.
Ayla might have scored more goals on Speck than Nathan so far.
Right, look at that. She captured the puck and used an off goal to regain it. And there it is, the right wall under.
He does. Another right
Speck
wall under.
throws his mallet.
Yeah, he's a little upset on that one.
She has figured out Speck's moves, and she is taking him to the cleaners right now.
Well,
And now
at
she
least on
captures it from Josiah.
offense.
Tries to use that right wall under, but Josiah does not fall for the right wall under. Josiah, being a left-hander, knows he has to defend those left wall unders very tight. Oh, and then he does get the left wall under himself on Ayla. Now, Nathan up to play. Nathan tries to go for a cut, but Josiah sees it and captures it. Josiah, once again, captures it. Josiah could practically write a book on Nathan's plays at this point with how much he is reading Nathan. Now, 5-5. The point of criticality. Ayla defends 3, 4. But no.
Oh, wow. Josiah has been ruthless. Shout out to the Ruth Kamichek in the chat. On the table. And taking down his opponents. Let's see if he's able to get that last goal to bring that lead to 3-1. Nathan loses his mallet again. I wonder what's going on. I've never seen him lose it that much.
He's definitely feeling the pressure
wow.
today.
That bounce and forth on that play, wild. taking him
7-5.
off the table.
3 games
Nathan,
to 1 game. Speck
It's your
Flip.
boy Trev in the chat saying Nathan is getting worked. Well, he did that game. Not enough trash talk from the sidelines, says Fluffy Dragon Slayer.
I believe Josiah should take up playing the violin because he's playing Nathan like a fiddle right now.
Ooh-wee.
All right, now 3 games to 1. Can Nathan and Ayla, King and Kin, come back and take the win from Speck and Flip, Senpai, and Padawan?
And one beautiful blonde man.
I disagree.
And here we go. The face-off.
Ready. Alright, y'all's ready? On my release.
There it is, a nice block by Ayla, but Josiah does get control and he gets that cross. Now 1-0.
Nathan is on a tear. Look at that cross that he shot. See White in the chat saying, shout out Southwest Idaho. Thank you, C White in the chat.
See White, they do a lot of matches in Idaho. If you're ever interested in playing, head to Jeremy's in downtown Idaho, Napa.
Nampa, yes.
All right, now 2-2. Now 3-2. Kayla starting to feel a little disheartening, but that's okay. She was doing really good against Speck. Josiah is just on a tear right now. He's seen Ruthless in the chat, and now his energy is spiking.
This is the Josiah we saw the first 3 games of when Josiah played Nathan.
Absolutely.
Glad to see it come
5-2.
back out of him. Nathan taking him off the table.
3-5.
Nathan wants to take down the powerlifter as well. Flies off the table. He's got a little too much power in his lifting when he hits the puck. Now it is Nathan's. Is he going to be able to successfully defend?
Now Nathan goes for the shot, goes for the 3. Oh, 3-5 spill. Speck getting control. Now Nathan with an opportunity, goes for the right wall under, doesn't quite land. Ooh, with a
Big
nice
cut.
cut there. Now 4-5.
Speck is off the table.
Everyone in the chat throwing out their love and support to the
Match
players.
point to 4. Ayla needs to show out right now.
And Ayla make up for the deficit in the points right now, 6-4. A nice capture by Ayla.
Come on, Ayla. You got this. Hit it hard. I'll try. Crush him.
And there it is,
Left
7-4.
ball under.
That is our final match and our final shot replay. Speck and Flip do take the win for all the marbles, 7-4 against King and Kin. Now, there's something I wanted to say, Seth. I think what would be kind of fun is adding to where each team gets 1 timeout each. And that timeout, you're allowed to tap in your teammate to take over. So only 1 timeout per game, but that timeout allows you to tap in. How cool would that be?
One timeout where you get
you.
to switch
Is that what
regardless of
tapping
who's
in
on
the
the
chat right
table.
No.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That was wild.
See if we
All
can
right,
get the chat
going
rolling on
to
some
the
dino nuggies.
interviewer.
No, that was a ton of fun.
Ayla-
Josiah carried so hard. I did really poorly. Ayla did really good.
Ayla, do you want to get interviewed?
Yeah, Ayla, jump up in here. Tell him how you did.
Ayla, how do you feel about that game?
I did okay, I guess. I didn't do too bad. I got some points. I've never ever played Speck before. I don't think ever. And I've been playing for like 4 months, 3 months now, and I don't think I've ever played Speck.
Speck is an interesting one. He's the dude that taught me everything that I know. So, yeah. What do you think you could have worked on that game?
A lot of things. Like, I don't dive out to get it. I can't reach the middle. I could work on growing taller.
Yes. Or that, or you get platform shoes.
Isn't that cheating? Is that cheating?
No. Yes, because Kayla wears DCs, and that gives you like an inch height advantage.
Okay.
Speck, get over here. Speck, how do you feel about that game?
It was good. I had to let Josiah shine because I had to carry one of the games, and you know, you got to be mean to the guy. You know, like I've been to you. I have to be mean to you so you can improve.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it was Josiah's time to shine. You know, not me number 2, but it was Josiah's time.
Yeah, he does. He is pretty mean when it comes to teaching people, but it gets through to you. It really does. Anything you could say for people to get into air hockey?
It's just practice. That's all you do. All I do is alone in the arcade, in a damn dark arcade. I just practice my shots. Nobody around wants to play with me unless you show up or something. But
then why don't you hit me up when I'm there, dude? You have my Facebook.
I go every Friday, Saturday, and you're not even there.
Because I have a life.
Last time I checked, you don't have a job.
All right, Josiah, we'll get you up here. Josiah, quit dying. Get over here.
Nathan poisoned him. Nathan poisoned him.
Nathan just poisoned Josiah. Get over here. All right, Josiah, when you stop dying, tell me how you feel about that game.
Okay, it's back. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Josiah and Speck versus 2 commentators. They're out of state. That, and I think Seth Garrett would blow out the game.
One thing. Speck, next Sunday, challenge me. After next Sunday. I'll pass you, and then
Challenge him.
Challenge. No. He's going to challenge me. Every time I pass him in ranks, he challenges me. And then wins, and then passes me. Yeah, challenge me next Sunday.
All right, and then what do you think you could have worked on that game? Even though you carried.
My mallet not being completely broken.
Oh yeah, you should show everyone how like toasted your mallet is at the moment, dude. Check this out. His mallet. Stand right there. Yeah, see how toasted his mallet is? See that big crack right there?
This entire side's popping up. Yeah, we gotta like zoom in, like very far.
You would have to you'd have to hold it like this with the light at an angle.
Yeah.
Can they see that?
There's like a hole in here.
No, it's been brutalized after so many games. Ruth says, "Oh no, time to print a new one."
Yeah, it's got a big crack right here.
And then like a giant like crack on the side. Oh,
Fluffy Dragon Slayer. Bro, that mallet sounds like it's one hit from exploding. Alright, well, aside from that...
good stream.
Yes, thank you all for showing...
Subscribe.
Yeah, thank you all for showing up. Like, subscribe. We have merch. Check this out. It's a official AAHL hat. We have more in store. If Speck wants to show off his shirt, Speck also has a shirt. Yeah, there it is. And I think that's it. We're going to give it back to the booth, and we're going to call it a good night and a thank you from the American Air Hockey League.
Awesome. All right, Seth, any closing comments from you?
Well,
alrighty then.
Tonight has been a blast. Shout out again to anyone who is thinking about registering for the North Carolina State Air Hockey Tournament. It is potentially the last open tournament in the North Carolina community. We are potentially looking to host a world tournament in the future. For anyone who might be curious why it might get closed off in the future. Also, the North Carolina community has been growing and continue to grow over the last few years. So we might just we don't want to outgrow the space yet for an open for North Carolina players. So if we need to find a different venue for Worlds, we can do that. But we do love our state air hockey tournament venue, and we don't want to get rid of it yet. So shout out to everybody in the American Air Hockey League and the North Carolina hockey players. Caleb, take it away.
All right. Thank you once again, everyone, for showing up tonight for the American Air Hockey League. Remember to like and subscribe. Join as a member. Give us your shout-outs, your love and support. We appreciate all of you viewers, you air hockey enthusiasts who've showed up to watch these matches, and we look forward to seeing you again next Monday night. All right. Have a good night, everybody.